test. Okay, that looks decent, I think. All right. Not cool. I'm early, really early. I did not anticipate being this early. I would like it to be known. But kind of just blew through the process. So the odds of me messing something up are very high here. I think I got everything up. Everything looks good, I think. I got the CW through some third party streaming service that has a bunch of networks because the CW does not actually stream the races. They only do it on cable and television, satellite television, like real TV, which complicated the process, but I think I found a way around it to where I can watch the race. And if that doesn't work, well, I think it's like Jeb Burton's on board that I got to watch. So, welcome everyone. Day 2 of doing this. The Rock is back, Rockingham Speedway. Back in NASCAR for the first time in over a decade. Yesterday we had the Truck Series race. If you were here for that, thank you for being there for that. And thanks for being here today. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes, see how this race ends up. I thought we had a pretty decent race yesterday in the Truck Series. Sure, it wasn't the most action-packed, but we had some solid racing. The finish was really exciting with the fuel mileage, but we got the Xfinity cars here in about 15 to 20 minutes. I started the stream earlier than I thought I would. So everything's going well. Hopefully the streaming of the race actually works. As always, I can't actually show the race because it's copyright and I don't want to get shut down here. But yeah, I'm just going to do what I did yesterday. Just watch the race. So if you want to watch this as well, this is the race, then go crazy. But I'm looking forward to this race. Kasey Kahne's back. Really exciting times. And yeah, so here we are. So here's the starting lineup. Everyone make some picks. I'm gonna go with the fun pick. I'm picking Kasey Kahne to win. He's starting 4th. By the way, quick note. Connor Zilisch is on pole for this race, but he will have to drop to the rear. He had a right rear tire go down after qualifying, I believe, so he will have to drop to the rear of the field. But here's your starting lineup. Make your pick. As I said, I'm going with Kasey Kahne. I guess I could put this up to a poll here. Oops. Typo. And let's see. Start poll. All right, let's see what you people have to say. See what everyone votes in terms of who's going to win. And, all right, that indeed worked. But yeah, I'll turn on the TV coverage here probably at 55, so 7 minutes. As I said, I didn't think I was going to get started this early. But yeah, truck race yesterday was fun. Tyler Ankrum won. ended his winless streak, 130 races since 2015 or 2019. So 6 years without a win, but no longer that way. So good for him. I guess I could scroll through the starting lineup if I haven't already done that. I can't remember if I did or not. Here's your lineup. Got a couple Joe Gibbs cars there in 5th or 6th. We got Jesse Love, Justin Allgaier, Christian Eckes, Austin Hill, some of our regular contenders. Just coming down the order. Get yourself a good look. Make some picks. Whoever you think's going to win, go crazy. 38 cars in this race. I think there were 35 trucks yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I really hope this Fubo TV thing works. If not, as I said, I'm in trouble. I don't know what I'll do. I don't really have a plan B. But as I said, we will see. We're going to learn through this process together, I guess. But if anyone watched the ARCA race, hopefully that was good. I did not watch that race, but I think this race is at 3. 3 Central. Should have specified. Oh, don't tell me it's at 4 and I just started this thing an hour early. It says it's at 3, so it should be the next 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, 3 doesn't mean 3. It means more like 3:18 or whatever. But Oh my goodness, this is killing me. The anticipation is killing me. All right, I'm turning this on early. As I said, hopefully this was okay. That is, don't know what I just turned on, but it looks like the fake wrestling stuff. So okay, it's commercials. Hopefully the actual race or the broadcast comes on here in a minute. That would be ideal. I want to make sure this works because I've never used this before, but hey, we'll see. I was going to say commercials running is a good sign, but maybe not because I've had commercials run before. And then after the commercials are over, it cuts back to the main feed and says, sorry, you have to pay extra or you have to sign into a real account, not a trial one. So hopefully this works as I said, but oof. Well, we're just a few minutes away. Xfinity Series back at Rockingham. Truck Series race. We've already had a race back at Rockingham. So, we'll see. Now it's just a bunch of commercials for the weeknight shows for the CW, because I think that's all they. Outside of the Xfinity series, I just know the CW does a bunch of reruns, and they do produce their own TV shows. The ones I've seen have been certainly television shows of all time, and that's all I'm gonna say because I really don't want to. Alright, looks like we got the feed on. We got the CW intro where the car is getting molded. So fancy. But, alright. Getting closer, so that's nice. Welcome, Denver. How's it going? We're about to get some Xfinity Series action from Rockingham. Is the broadcast booth at the race for this one? Or is that only a Fox thing? I know they've done a remote booth for a couple of weeks in the CW. Oh, did they already do the pre-race ceremony? So are they going to do a true 3 o'clock start? Oh my goodness. Wow. But hey, this secondary TV source is indeed working. I guess technically tertiary, maybe? Anyways, let's hear the race picks, people. I'm still sticking with Kasey Kahne.
NASCAR for the first time since 2018, first time in the Xfinity Series since 2017. Lot to learn and get reacclimated to.
8 Xfinity Series wins on 8 different tracks for Kasey Kahne. That's actually a really interesting stat. I would not have guessed that. I mean, I could have guessed he's won 8 races, but just on 8 different tracks is just kind of a wild stat.
And we've got Rockingham. The atmosphere here is absolutely amazing. 30,000
Tech, welcome. Can't wait for the race. Yeah, me neither. After the truck race yesterday, as I said earlier, I really enjoyed the truck race yesterday, so I'm excited to see what happens here. Oh my. We got some lottery balls at the I know you guys can't see the visual, but it's just very interesting to see 2 lottery balls standing next to the dude commanding the engines to be fired. Just blown away.
Bipolar 1
Silence commercials. Sorry, I was busy typing something for the Twitters. I had to tweet out my pick just in case. Multitasking, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Denver. I did see that report. So Brock Feeney, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was at the Cup race at Martinsville. There was a picture of him in SVG before the race. That's my extent of knowledge. But then there was a report that came out saying he's going to do some Xfinity starts, and then maybe some Cup starts. And then there was more reports about Will Brown. And it looked like all the reports were talking about Colleague Racing. Obviously, SVG has that connection, but I believe both Feeney and Brown are Chevy drivers. So Colleague Racing, a Chevy team, that would make sense there. Don't really know what the standing is with RCR because we saw Will Brown race for RCR last year. Not really sure why they're not going back. Maybe RCR wants that third part-time car only to be for their Xfinity drivers, their in-house drivers like Jesse Love and Austin Hill. But as for everyone else, like getting a Brody Kostecki in there, getting a Will Brown in there, I really don't know why they aren't going there or why they're switching their approach to Colleague. But as I said, Chevy drivers going to a Chevy team, it just makes sense. So, yeah, good for them. Waiting for the official announcement before making a video. But I did indeed see that report. I think it was 1 or 2 weeks ago that was announced. So, yeah. Still under commercial here. They did just fire the engines, though. I think I went on that rant yesterday. I don't need to go on that again. We're good. We're good here. Hello. The rat farmer. Welcome. But hopefully this Xfinity race is exciting. We know how good the Xfinity series is in terms of quality of racing. So let's see how this goes here today. But we got a commercial currently. And then we should be doing pace laps. Hey, the Rat Farm. I'm glad that you're excited for it. I know that a lot of fans are really excited for this track to be back. Obviously, Truck and Xfinity being there, but the expectation being that hopefully one day Cup could go back. And a lot of people already asking, is Cup going to go there? When is Cup going to go there? So there's a lot to figure out in terms of the Cup Series at Rockingham, or returning to Rockingham. But this is obviously a good step forward. They cleaned up the track, they repaved it, and they're planning to use it, it seems like. So hopefully one day the Cup Series can get back. NASCAR's done a really good job of appealing to both sides of the fan base, the ones that want to see new, innovative, different types of tracks like the LA Coliseum, Mexico, COTA, Chicago Street Race. But they've also appealed to the fans who want some of the older tracks to come back. North Wilkesboro, Rockingham, Bowman Gray, things like that. So it's been really good to see NASCAR kind of reach out to both sides, and we're obviously about to see it here today with Rockingham, this Xfinity race. Nerd, no problem. Had a good time doing the stream yesterday, so I figured we'd do it again today. And then tomorrow there's no Cup race, which is going to be weird, but it's the only weird weekend of the year because it's the only off weekend for Cup. But we do have some F1. I may do something on that, may not. I haven't decided yet. Tomorrow's a holiday. I'll be with family, so I haven't fully committed one way or another yet. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. We're back.
Makes its turn to Rockingham Speedway.
Denny Hamlin is visiting the BP Adelaide Grand Final. Is that the Adelaide 500 or whatever, Denver? The one that I watched? in like November or December last year. That Adelaide race. That's interesting if that's true. Oh no, the CW. It's not. They are not at the track. Why is this? I don't understand this trend of the booth not being at the track, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you talk about drivers that are going to be good today, it's a whole new crop.
So, okay, as mentioned earlier, if you weren't here for it, Connor Zilic is on the pole, but he has to drop to the rear. He had a tire go down, a right rear tire that they had to replace, and as a result, he's got to go all the way down here. I think there's a couple other, I think like Catherine Legg has to drop to the rear. Someone else has to drop to the rear. It's 3 or 4 cars, but the biggest, most notable one is Connor Zilic. But yeah, I can't show the actual race on my screen because copyright reasons. But I got it up on my second screen. You can obviously hear the audio. But yeah. No, Shane, so Catherine Legg did not qualify for the race, but she has been put in another car. She's in the 53 now. I can't remember who she qualified for, but essentially they made a driver change in the 53. I think it was J.J. Yaley before, but they have put Catherine Legg in that 53 car. This is her first of like 7 or 8 Xfinity races. She's going to do some Cup Series races as well. She's got together a little bit of a deal. She's going to be in the 78 car. She's going to do some road courses. A couple ovals as well, I believe. She was in the 32 car, and now she's in the 53. So the 32 did not qualify. She's replacing J.J. Yaley, I believe. All right, we got one to go before we go green. All right, let's see this thing. So is Parker Retzlaff the control car now?
Absolutely awesome to see the fan support. It's been all weekend. Yesterday, the truck race, I hadn't seen a crowd that big in years for a truck race. It was so cool. They're so hyped to have this race here, and they've all turned out for it.
That's my question. Who's the control car? Because the inside line just moves up, right? But Parker Retzlaff's the highest qualifier. So is he the control car? I don't know. Beats me. I guess we're about to see it here. By the way, I am streaming this, so I am technically like 20 to 30 seconds behind. So I'm going to do my best to not look at the leaderboard, only when I need to. But I will indeed be looking up here at this second screen to actually watch the race. So 250 laps. Yesterday's was 200.
Parker Retzlaff on the outside of Nick Sanchez. Retzlaff missed the pole by 1/1000th of a second.
Parker Retzlaff.
Start up front. He will be the control car. Pace truck is in 250 laps at the famed Rockingham Speedway.
Let's see.
Here we go on the CW.
All right, so I guess Retzlaff is the control car, but Sanchez with a good start. Nope, Sanchez to the lead. Wow. All right, Nick Sanchez to the lead. Has he led laps this year? Let's pull up Nick Sanchez's stat profile real quick.
You've got a lot of grip in the rubber, but you get just above where Kasey is right there.
Kasey Kahne fell back to 5th, is now being challenged by Brandon Jones. Looks like he's going to pull away from there, though. So Kasey Kahne is in 5th. Walton Goggins ad on this racing reference. It's very random. Nick Sanchez, here we go. So Sanchez, he's led all 2 laps so far. I guess 3. It's lap 3 now. Only led 1 lap prior to today. He's only led 6 laps in his Xfinity Series career. And if I look down here, he's already led 6 laps according to the leaderboard. So there you go. There's a fun fact. Now that's out of 17 starts, but it's still a fun fact if you ask me. All right, that is tweet-worthy.
But Parker, I think we've seen that all year from the 7 car. We've seen him be more aggressive this year every race, and it's paid off for him. And I think this is interesting. I thought these Xfinity cars could move.
Oh, my. Oh, my goodness.
Justin reacted perfectly
Oh,
on the outside.
oh, no. Kasey Kahne's getting split by the 16 and the 7.
You see what momentum means. Kane loses it, goes in the wrong direction. Eckes and Allgaier take advantage.
And listen, that's I think just a classic example of Kasey not being in one of these cars for a while, wanting to know what's the threshold, how loose
So
can I
Kane's
ride
back
this?
to
What's he
7th.
gonna do in dirty air? He was trying to get on the inside of Christian Eckes. We get a look at this right here. The 2 cars on his outside. Honestly, it doesn't look to me like Jesse Love was pinching him down or anything. I think the balance of Kasey's car is just really loose. And Adam, when we talked to him earlier today, he said the number one thing
I love a good lap sled statistic.
Car's turning plenty good, Kasey. And one thing there just to point out is that he entered so low.
Yeah, I haven't watched Supercars since that race. Well, I guess that was the season finale. I don't know how many races they've had so far, but
You guys talked about it. I asked Kasey what's
it
going to
depends on what time the races are, if they're ideal, I guess.
guys who do this every week don't have to think about, and that included the car driving in dirty air. So you kind of saw it there whether the 2 pinched him or not. That's just something.
Yeah, the Rat Farmer, I'll do my best here. As I said, I'm a little bit behind, so I'm doing my best not to look down at the leaderboard because it's a few laps ahead. 2, according to the math, but
Yeah, great stuff there, Dylan. And when Kasey's talking about
yeah, they're showing Kasey Kahne currently. Him right behind Christian Eckes just had a moment, but
trailing, you don't have any downforce. You need the air on your car, on the front end, on the rear spoiler to give you the grip that you need. I think the best way I've heard that described is like being in a boat, being behind the boat. You see the wake that the boat makes. You do not want to be in the wake of that car in front of you.
yeah, where's Zilich at? Zilich had to start from the rear,
Only up to 26 right now.
and he is up to 25th already. Wow, in just 11 laps. Okay. So he was on pole but had to drop to the rear if you missed that. So we'll see how much progress he can make in this first stage.
Only making a couple spots up in the early stages.
This is the race to stop suicide.
Oh, 3 wide. Oh no.
There with Daniel Dye. Here's 3 wide. Bottom lane, Kyle Segan, the 28.
Okay, the top car, who is that, the 40 something?
That's the 42 of Anthony Alfredo.
42 of Alfredo, he bailed, thankfully. I didn't think that was going to work, so it's a good thing he indeed bailed. We already to commercial. It's like lap 9. All right, so does a caution happen during commercial? I look down and it says caution as I say that. Of course there's a caution during commercial. Of course. Okay, well, at least they have side by side, so we'll hopefully see it here. But of course there's a caution during commercial. As is NASCAR tradition, one of NASCAR's greatest traditions is a caution or a lead change during commercial. And we continue that at Rockingham, it looks like. Oh, no? Is that it? No? Okay. Hello, what is it? I would like to see what this caution is. The anticipation it's killing me here. Kasey Kahne's about to get passed again. Don't let it be Kasey Kahne. Oh, who is that? One car, it looks like on the inside wall. I can't even see the number. Someone's wrecked. The leaderboard will know. 45. Oh my. Vicente, Salas. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong, but looks like he has wrecked it, or he has been wrecked at least. Would like to see a replay before we can definitively say anything, but he's driving away now. Right rear's definitely got some damage. Right front tire is flat, and they got a little bit of a scrape there too. So we'll see how this happened, what the extent of the damage is for that car, but going to take a wild shot in the dark here, but not ideal for the 45. Just really not ideal for them to be wrecking this early. Anywho, limping it back to pit road. Okay, well, no. Yeah, Mark, hard to pronounce. Apologies for any mispronunciations of names. I'll do my best to correct myself in the future. I still got the ads, the commercials pulled up. but I just muted them because I'm assuming you guys didn't want to hear. Oh, Kyle Busch commercial. That's so it's not random, but I didn't know Kyle Busch had a commercial. All right, good to know. But yes, we got a caution just less than 15 laps into this race. The 45 of, oh boy, Salas. He has crashed. We do not know what caused the crash yet, if he just wrecked himself, spun out, or if someone made contact with him, because I'm still 20 seconds behind. There's still, okay, here we go. But we're about to figure it out after we get told that the race is brought by sandwiches from Subway. Speaking of, Subway sandwiches have gotten expensive. Got one on the road a couple weeks ago, and I was shocked. It's been that long since I've got a Subway sandwich. It was quite expensive.
For a driver making his first career start. There's the 45. Vicente Salas had it get away from it.
I think they call this drinking from a fire hose, Parker, right? It's just a
Let's
lot
see
of experience.
here.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. And Vicente Salas making a start here.
Vicente
The
Salas.
NASCAR driver.
Yeah,
Sim race.
he
Just
lost
gets
it.
loose underneath another car there. The
He
air
got
race
underneath
outside
someone
the
else
air
and
race
just
is
spun
going
out.
Kasey got loose underneath Jesse Love. And that corner off of turn 2, it sort of condenses. The
But
corner
hey,
is
he's still
wider
driving
inside
it. The
and
car's not
condenses
killed,
as you
so that's
exit it.
good.
It's really tough to run side by side there. In the trucks, a lot of guys got into each other in the sides. You saw a lot of tire
Yeah,
runs
the
and
right
that,
rear's a
so
little beat
it's a
up,
really
but
tough
I mean,
situation.
it still looks like it's in one piece for the most part.
Because it's really wide
Maybe?
in the middle, and then it is extremely narrow on the exit. All
So-
the drivers have been talking about that.
Oh,
They added
let's
the
see,
safety barrier, which
I
took
brought it
3
up
more
earlier.
feet away.
Where
It was
is
always a narrow corner
Zillage?
Anyway, even worse now.
Zillage. Still
Now we look
25th,
at
okay.
Kasey Kahne's Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Brestree.
Oh, yeah.
His fitness is a salt bike. What did the bike ever do to him?
As good a shape as anyone, and then,
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to deal with my stupid jokes if you're going to watch this.
You hit that age where you
I'm
can go
assuming
two
it's a
directions
type of
amazing on the
workout
right road.
device.
The skincare regimen on here?
Cold Trickle, I agree. It's kind of weird to see a RCR car decked out in HendrickCars.com paint.
Human button syndrome, I think, is- yeah.
Ooh, I got a new poll for
It's
you
funny to me
guys.
because you and he
I guess I got to end this one.
and you're about the same
End
age.
poll.
But I was
look a lot
with
older?
you. Well, I was gonna say, I got your reaction to him being 45. And it's just time goes by fast, right? But it's hard to
We
believe
thought he was
with
like
him.
40, right? I mean, like, it just seems like, yeah, and I think, you know, for a lot of us in general, you remember these guys from what they were the last time you saw them. It's been 7 years, and that's kind of the category we put Kasey in.
So you got Sanchez, who starts on the front row, and he gets that position after Zillage has to drop to the rear, leading them all early. Most laps he's led in a race in his career. And I look at this, he takes the inside lane. He didn't have choice at the beginning of the race. As the control car he does here, obviously that's how he got the race lead to start. But
All right, everyone, new poll up.
on restarts, you'll take that outside lane.
Let's hear it.
Justin Allgaier making some serious headway. I think Mark Retzloff might have more confidence in that.
All right, we're about to get another restart here. Let's see how this goes.
So if Retzloff can get a good restart and sort of pinch down on the 48, it's going to be tough for Sanchez to get off turn 2.
Well, and it'll be interesting because Sanchez was pretty aggressive when he got down into turn 1. I thought these guys would kind of baby it and just feel it out, but it just felt to me like Sanchez was like, I'm taking the lead right here. So if Retzloff races him off in there, he'll have to be careful he doesn't get loose.
Daniel Dye, by the way, did make a pit stop. He was speeding. He'll be at the rear for the restart as we're green once again.
Oof, good jump from Sanchez. Oh, my goodness. Retzlaff already back to third, about to be fourth.
Yeah, and I don't know that it was such a great
Oh, no, 3 wide. That's not going to work, is it? Wow, what a love run from Love. But Retzlaff with a horrible restart. Second to fifth.
But the rookies are
Fourth.
delivering.
Apologies. Math is hard.
Two rookies running 1-2. Jesse Love, third-year driver, second-year driver rather back there in the
It's
third
pretty
position.
settled out to about 8th, let's call it.
4 weeks for him. Come to a new track.
It's
Not
pretty
everybody
single
has
file, straightforward. And then we got Sammy Smith and Ryan Sieg almost side by side.
but for some confidence within
But yeah, man, Jesse Love went up to that third line. He made that work.
getting up in the
Oh, Eckes almost wiped everyone out there. Ooh. That could have been really ugly. I mean, Retzlaff was sideways.
Big time on him.
They were all lucky to get away with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not skill. That was luck. A lot of that.
Cole Trickle, I think
All these drivers, and we talk about
that
Kasey Kahne getting reacclimated, all
I
these
can't remember
drivers
how
are
it
checking
started,
boxes
but
on what it's gonna
obviously
take.
Rick Hendrick and Kasey Kahne have a relationship from when Kane was at Hendrick, but
Track position. It's gonna be
he
really
agreed
hard
to
today, and everyone
sponsor
knows
the
that
car
goes up a
if
mile,
RCR
seems
provided it, I guess. That's my best guess of what I think.
down in turn 3 and 4.
I don't know that for a fact, though,
Casey's
so.
car being really loose. When we talked earlier, he wanted it to turn well. Typically at places like this, you just feel tighter and tighter and tighter. And if you can weather the storm on new tires, when we saw him get loose earlier, it will pay big dividends at the end.
And Casey's really trying to make that
Yeah, I don't know how IndyCar would race here. I'm curious. I mean, IndyCar's really kind of scaled back their ovals as of late. I mean, they don't go to Texas anymore, Pocono. I think they used to go to Richmond for a bit, so they haven't been to a lot of ovals as of recently. So, yeah, it would be an interesting experiment for sure, but I don't really know if they would actually do it because, as I said, they've been really scaling back the oval. Oh, Zilich! Ooh. I almost got pinched up in the wall. He's up to 22nd. That's our latest poll. Where do we think that Zilich is going to finish in stage 1? So he got the pole, but he had to drop to the rear because of a tire issue after qualifying. And so now he's made his way up through the field. He's about halfway through. So I'm curious to see where he ends up at the end of stage 1.
In the third groove and drive by 3 or 4 cars, you're going to have to do it one by one.
And the best part about that for the 88 car of Zilich is that he's learning as he goes. So he's starting in the back, having to work through traffic. He's going to know what the balance of his car is in dirty air, as we referenced earlier. And if he can get to the lead, what his balance is there. So he's going to have a lot of knowledge. You see Brandon Jones.
Oh my, Brandon Jones almost spun. Turn 2 seems to be the trouble spot for these Xfinity cars.
That was a role reversal for Christian there. He was doing that just a couple laps earlier. Now someone was doing it underneath him, being that sideways. And it's just that exit of turn 2 is so condensed. It's so tight. If you're the bottom car, you don't have the air on the outside, and you're just begging the tires to stick, and sometimes they just won't.
20 cars struggling right now. I mean, every corner, it just looks like he's losing more and more ground. Balance of that car must be extremely loose right now, not able to put the power down.
But that's where the balance, so that's where the
Sanchez,
for these guys, right? And the passing is
he's led every lap. Yeah, he's led all 29 laps. It's pretty crazy.
Other drivers are able to take advantage. Look at the bumper, if you will, and notice the drivers highlighted in green. We talk about Brandon Jones, right?
Kasey Kahne is in 6th at the moment.
Today, the final round in our Dash for Cash. Justin Allgaier, the best of the bunch.
And just to add on to Brandon Jones being pretty loose there, it's a repave like this. We
Got about 0.8 of a second lead. I'm looking at something different. It could be something different down on the bottom, but Sanchez about 0.8 ahead of Jesse Love, who's got about 0.7 on William Sawalich. And commercial. So we turn off the audio. But no, it's all, I mean, I've heard complaints about the CW because it's all based on your local affiliate. Some local affiliates show the NASCAR race on the CW. Some show reruns of 2.5 Men. So it just depends. And if so, I swear I read online somewhere that you got to like write a letter or like a recommendation to your local CW affiliate to put on the race. I don't know if that's true. So you just got to figure it out. But the CW, the weirdest thing to me about them is I had to go through this, like, basically this third party, this Fubo TV thing, and do a free trial to get the race on the CW because the CW website doesn't actually stream the race. They stream it a day later. They don't let you stream it as the race is happening. It's very confusing. Like Fox Sports, you can watch it as it's happening on the Fox Sports website. NBC, same thing. I guess Amazon is all streaming. So TNT, I'm pretty sure you can stream because that's what I did for March Madness. So I don't get why the CW doesn't stream it live. I don't know if they just don't have that technology. I don't know if they just haven't evolved there yet. Like, I really don't know the reasoning, to be honest with you, but it's weird for sure. But I really enjoy the CW booth. Kligerman, McMurray, and Adam Alexander. I think they do a great job together. So It's one of my favorite things about the Xfinity races, other than the racing itself. But I think the booth does a really good job. Hey, Denver, it's good to know that NASCAR has a deal with Australia to watch the races for you guys. Really glad you get to watch it. But yeah, I don't know how that works, but as long as it works, as long as you're able to get it, that's good. Because I really don't know how the deals work internationally, so it's actually good information. But let's see where Zilich is. He's up to 20th. Okay, so he hasn't made that much progress since the restart. That's our stage 1 question of the stage. I guess that's we're going to make that a thing now. Question of the stage. Where will Connor Zilich finish at the end of stage 1? He was on pole, so he had a fast car, but he had to start at the back. Well, where is he going to finish? 64% of you say 6th to 10th. 27% say 11th to 20th. 9% say 1st to 5th. And 0% say 21st or worse. So if Zilich has something go wrong, or he just stalls out at 20th here and gets passed by Harrison Burton, then every single person is wrong. Wow. That would be incredible. Oh, here we go. We're back. Looks like Jesse Love's making up some ground on Nick Sanchez, who's led every lap so far.
The Lucas Oil helicopter, and friends, we have a battle up front. Jesse Love gets to second.
Jesse Love, he's had a really good start to the year. He's 3rd in points. He's already got a win. Made his Cup debut last week. I mean, he's had quite the start to the year so far.
Number 2 right behind the 48 of Sanchez. He's moving around. He runs the bottom one corner. He runs the top. He's trying to find some clean air to get a run built up.
Rock Rega says Love's going to win this one.
Trying to find some grip. Right, and back in January there was a test here, and out of that test, everyone I talked to said that the 2 cars.
And Love's only 3/10 behind. He's got the fastest lap of the race, which, just a reminder, that's a bonus point now, the fastest lap.
Really fast. They're now at the front of the field. This is going to be a tall task for Jesse. He seems to be a little faster. He's gotten to the back of Sanchez, but
let's see if Love can do anything.
How does he do it? Does he try and get Dime in the corner? Does he try to go underneath or try to go the outside? It's going to be really interesting to see.
Look how fast he is through the
He
middle
looks
right there.
faster.
Sanchez got tight behind a
lap car.
It's going to give Jesse Love an opportunity right here.
Don't think he's going to get there.
Into turn 1. Sanchez closes the
There's
door.
still 20 to go in the stage.
You can run the bottom, the middle, or the top. That means his car is handling. It's got a lot of grip. He's not pushing it to the edge.
Here's the other thing I would say, 40 laps into this opening stage. So you start talking about how does your car adapt and how does it react over the long haul. We're getting toward the back end of the run here in this first stage of the race. If it goes away, maybe it provides an opportunity for somebody else to take advantage. What about that 2 car, Dylan?
Well, Jamie nailed it, and I talked to
Still just sitting there 3/10 behind.
What I really like about our car is that we can hold the bottom off the corner really, really well. So you guys pointed out his center exit speed. That was a strength they knew they had in their race car. And the other thing, too, was what I noticed that Jesse was moving around. A lot of the progress he made early was in that higher lane. So car is good everywhere, but now the hard part of getting by the race leader 48, Kim.
Yeah, and Dylan, Nick Sanchez's team has been paying attention to what Jesse Love's been doing, specifically kind of using a little bit higher lane and the way he's arcing, feeding Nick Sanchez that information as Jesse moved up to the 2nd position. They were very happy, though, with their car that came from that January test. Remember, Nick Sanchez and Big Machine Racing, an RCR affiliate, they felt really good about their setup and their long run.
Yeah, Love's trying different lines because he's clearly faster. It's just difficult to get by him, I guess.
What I'm watching as I see the race right here is when the 48 moves up off the bottom, you'll see the 2 cars squirt the gas and makes up the most amount of ground.
He's
I would give the 2
there.
car the
He's
outside
probably
because every
2
time he
tenths
moves to the
off.
top,
Yeah, a quarter of a
he's
second
gonna
off,
get a little
but
bit
just
more
can't
of a
get
straightaway, but I don't think he's gonna be
side
able
by
to
side at the very
around
least.
the top. I think he's going to have to force it around the bottom.
Great experience for Nick Sanchez here. Most laps he's led in the Xfinity Series race and getting this chance
Oh.
of clean air. Jesse's really sideways off turn 2 and getting to move around and try and block that air for Jesse Love. That's the key here today. If you don't want to get past, you've got to take away that clean air from the car behind you and take away what's making them so fast.
And 3 and 4 is the sweet spot for the 2 cars. You
Ooh,
walk,
Kasey
they get
Kahne's
you
back
1
up to
and 2.
5th.
Those guys are able to get
That's
to the
exciting.
bottom, kind of referencing that left front tire. Ooh,
Oh,
the 2
Love's
guys
getting
right
close.
there, pack
back a little bit.
He's on. Oh my God! Sanchez about lost it there. He about lost it. Jesse Love was right on him.
Drives around in the two, new race leader at Rockingham.
And Jesse Love, new leader, after Sanchez led the first 44 laps.
Gets him a little bit loose, and in a track like this, it's hard to hang on. You know who's really jealous about that? Denny Hamlin. He's been referencing for a while. He wants the ability to do
Man, Sanchez was sideways, man. Woo. I don't think Love even hit him. I think it was just the air. Good grief. Good stuff, though. But we're back to commercial, so back to mute. Cletus? Isn't that the internet dude who's been racing some ARCA races? I'm not familiar with him, to be honest, so sorry if that's offensive, I guess. I'm not sure what happened in the ARCA race. I kind of forgot about the ARCA race, so I can Google it for you. Yes, Micah, fantastic point. There's a NASCAR tradition. We've already done it once today, where when we go side by side or we go to commercial, there's either a caution or a lead change. And we've already done it once. We've had one commercial today where a caution did happen. The 45 car wrecked. So, as Micah said, caution incoming. We just don't know who it is. Let's see here. Zillich only up to 19th. Our stage 1 question of the stage is, well, I guess 31% of you would be right, but the majority would be wrong. So we'll see. 45 is 3 laps down. Good to know. We got a nice little battle between Brandon Jones and Christian Eckes. That's Darlington winner Brandon Jones, by the way. Never forget. I don't know how you could. It was 2 weeks ago. But Parker Retzloff still up there in the top 5. Nick Sanchez still sitting in 3rd. Sawalich up there in the top 5. Kasey Kahne was up in the top 5 for a second. But, oh my goodness! You've got to be kidding. It happened again, guys. It happened again. For the second time in only stage 1. It's been only stage 1. And we've had 2 cautions during commercials. Just mind blown here. Truly mind blown. I don't know why I'm so surprised. This happens like all the time. Oh my God. Oh no. Did Kasey Kahne get hit there? Oh, is that Catherine Legg? Oh no. Sawalich has damage. There's some commercial about Chris Pratt happening, so we can't hear it. Now there's a Celsius commercial, but oh no. No! Oh, it's so over for Kasey Kahne. That car is... Well, there goes my race pick. Well, that sucks. Damn. Oh, we're back.
Goal that had it step out. William Sawalich running inside the top 5. Closing on Catherine Legg. There's contact, and unfortunately, it not only caused damage for Sawalich, but Kasey Kahne as well. Here's what happened.
And Parker, we were watching this live as it happened, and I don't know, as we were riding on board with Williams Walsh, it just looked like the 53 overslowed that corner by a lot, and I mean, we were on board with William, and it seemed odd how much...
No, Rock Rega, yeah, I'm streaming, so I'm like 30 seconds behind at least.
Obviously practicing this car, jumping in it for the race, obviously a lot of sponsorship behind her there that wanted to be in this race after they missed it, and it's just not an unfamiliar race car, already trying to learn the Xfinity Series at a really tough racetrack, and to be put in this position with the leaders trying to go by, really unfortunate.
Especially for Kasey Kahne.
Well, and for Sawalich, you know, just having...
Well, that
he
sucks.
was having a great run, gets this damage. I really don't think any fault of his own. And for Kasey, obviously, just trying to go by it. really unfortunate.
Yeah, and it looks so much different. When we saw the aerial shot, and you can kind of see everything unfold, it looks like the 18 just ran into her. But when you were riding along with Williams-Wallich, he's right behind Nick Sanchez, and when Nick pulled down to go to the bottom, it was like the 53 just all of a sudden appeared. So the perspective in the car is much different than what we see here on TV.
I don't know, man. The right front on Kasey Kahne's car looks pretty beat up.
If he doesn't make that move, he could be right in the middle of this. So that exchange we had after Jesse Love was able to get the lead away from Nick Sanchez.
That right front's pretty beat up there.
Inside the top 5, and that's what created the running order when this incident took place.
I really don't know if Kasey Kahne's going to be competitive after this.
And if they can get the bounce of that car a little bit at the start of a run, he was, I thought, the fastest car the last couple of laps.
That sucks, man.
Track. Well, and all of this happens with 6 to go on the stage. Actually, I mean, it was 9, 6 to go now. You wonder, are we going to be able to get this thing turned around, get it restarted? And right
I don't
now,
even know what you do with that, man.
And so with that, I mean, this is how the stage could end. And that also maybe takes away a strategy opportunity, because so many drivers talk about flipping a stage and all that. If you don't get things cleaned up in an open pit road, then that would take away a chance.
I got like 5 guys over the right front fender trying to fix it.
Hoping for that opportunity, or Zilich and Quapple, who have made their way through the field sort of well, but it's been a tough slog getting through the field, so they would definitely probably take that opportunity outside the points.
Yeah, and everybody's paying attention to.
I mean, it's already almost ripped off. They're going to have to put a bunch of tape on it or something.
Was it, you know, for those guys to drive up through the field? We see how difficult it is right now. Everyone's going to do what they can with strategy to try to get the best track position they can, possibly give up some safety points.
Yeah, we've not received
The official almost just tripped over a tool. The official was too busy pointing at something and almost tripped over a tool.
Flipped around and go green again.
Well, that sucks. My race pick just got destroyed in less than 30 minutes.
So good at Daytona and was the model of consistency.
Yeah, that's
a couple of weeks outside the top 10. But last week, when you look at the Chevy teams, he was the best of the non-Hendrick Motorsports JRM Chevys. He was very, very good last week at Bristol. Just missed an opportunity to be.
We'll see how bad the damage is for Kahne. Sawallich as well. Sawallich, it didn't look like it was as bad.
He is leading this race.
The Kasey Kahne's right front is pretty beat up. I mean, it knocked the hood way up. I mean, they were having to beat up the hood because the hood got like popped up, so they were having to, you know, punch it back into place. But we'll see. We will see. But that sucks. Is he a lap down? Did they put him a lap down yet? No, he's still on the lead lap. That's good. But, man, all this hype behind Kasey Kahne coming back. He's got speed. He qualifies 4th, and, well, he gets wrecked by a lapped car. So that sucks. And we're back. That was a really quick commercial.
Back here at Rockingham, good news. They were able to get pit road open, so we're going to have some fun here.
Oh, pit stops.
This opening stage.
I want to see people stay out. Let's make it for a wonky stage finish. Come on, let's see it. Oh, here we go. Split strategy. 48 stayed out.
Love comes down, so does Allgaier, so does Sawallich.
Man, we got quite a few cars staying out. All right. Let's see it.
And we'll follow the Sawallich pit after he got that damage in that most recent incident. And this is not what the team wanted. Crew Chief Jeff Mendering said he's not paying attention to points. He just wants to build confidence in his young drivers.
Looks like the 18's going to take some time to fix the damage, so they're going to give up a top 5 running spot to fix that. They got a hammer, though, so that's neat, I guess. Oh, 2 tires only for some. Oh, no! Oh, my God. Jesse Love just hit the 70 car on pit road. The 70 was coming in. The 2 was coming out. He didn't lose that much. He only lost 3 positions, but that for sure didn't help him. Oof. Rough start for RCR.
Jesse Love and his 2-car might get away with this just for these composite bodies as opposed to metal. I mean, it's
yeah, that's.
Look at the right front, it's not
I can't tell if there's damage.
That splitter potentially.
Yeah, and the general rule of thumb is the guy exiting has the right of way. When you're coming down pit road, you depend on your crew chief to say, hey, the 2 cars in his stall, they might be done right when we're getting ready to take off. You know, so the responsibility really would be on the 70 car coming in to kind of give way to Jesse Love leaving pit road.
9 drivers stayed out. So there's going to be
9 drivers stayed out.
Here at the end of this stage.
We got Sanchez, Retzloff, Ryan Sieg, Jeb Burton, and that's where the camera cuts off. I guess I got the running order here. I'm done. De Benedetto, Alfredo, Clements, Kyle Sieg, and Daniel Dye. Justin Allgaier's the first one to pit. Then we got Quapple, Jones, Love, Taylor Gray, Christian Eckes, Sammy Smith. Where's Kasey Kahne? Is Kasey Kahne a lap down? Did they fix it? Did they fix the 33?
It nets them some points, and that's one of the reasons they have such an advantage over the cut line, because they are willing to give up some track position for the second, maybe final stage to gain some stage points.
Yeah, the flip side of that, though, is we had a lot of people pit that time. So when
all right, let's see how this goes.
He's going to go a long ways back.
Sanchez, who's led all these laps in stage 1, he's going to restart the leader. Let's see if he can pull away here.
Put yourself in a really vulnerable position on the next restart.
I think this would be his first Xfinity win.
If that went to the end there, they were
Or his stage win, I should specify. I know he hasn't won an Xfinity race.
No matter what happens on the day, you've gotten something out of today.
Quapple, Allgaier are the first cars to come off of pit road, and they're going to restart back there on row 5. So even though they made the pit stop, they're going to have tires here. They'll have a chance.
It's going to be a 2-lap shootout.
Stage points. Jesse Love, who had the contact,
let's see how this
the race
goes.
Leader, going to restart. He was 13th prior to the choose. There you see him 7 rows back.
Man, and now Zilich is at the back of the field. So our stage 1 question of the stage, all those results are going to get completely messed up now. A lot of you are going to be wrong. Wow, big jump from Sanchez. I remember he had one of those earlier. Uh-oh, Oof. Allgaier way up the track. He's going to lose a lot of points because of that.
Two tires sometimes. You know, it's hard to be really tight on those 2 tires if you don't work in the right sides well enough. He's probably a combination of being tight on the outside and Jesse Love packing that air on the inside.
Well, this is huge for
Sanchez still leading.
Probably the first car in line, maybe the second car in line of those drivers once everyone else pits. Final lap of the stage. Sanchez, who was so strong early, leading 47 laps, lost the lead, but gets it back through a cycle of
Well, it looks like Sanchez is going to win the stage.
Here he is, 48, back to the green.
Yep, Nick Sanchez wins stage 1.
Nick Sanchez, who wins our opening stage.
And our stage 1 question of the stage, where did Connor Zilich finish? In our stage 1 question of the stage, Connor Zilich 21st. So that means 7% of you said 21st or worse. 7% of you said 21st or worse. Oh, sorry, now it says 6%. Somehow that number went down. 6% of you said 21st or worse. 6% were correct. Congratulations to the 6% of people who said 21st or worse for our stage 1 question of the stage. Where will Connor Zilich finish stage 1? Where is Kasey Kahne running now? Kasey Kahne. Oh, no, he's a lap down. He's 35th and 1 lap down. I don't know how much of the damage. I'm going to do a quick Twitter search real quick. I'm going to see what the updates are on Kasey Kahne. Here we go. Kasey Kahne. Nothing yet. The fan video. It looks like his right front still has some damage from one fan who took a video at the start-finish line 2 minutes ago. It's a bunch of replays of the wreck. I can't really see any. Let's see what RCR has to say. RCR, do you do social media updates? Okay, well, they have an account for social media updates. Not much, though. Last update, they said they're checking out the damage. I would hope so. But, all right. Interesting. Sanchez, 52 laps led. Still commercials. Still can't find anything. Oh, here we go. We're back.
If you're a golfer, this is heaven, right?
Don't let up.
Hey, aren't you
He
heading
goes
there?
all the time.
In a couple days? What's that? Aren't you heading there? Maybe. Oh, all right. What are you going to shoot?
A bunch?
Yeah, a ton? Too many to count.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, we've got golf at the track. All right, let's judge it.
Not bad. I don't know. I thought it looked pretty
I
good.
thought he duffed it. I got to
You
say,
have a
I
high
played with
standard.
McMurray, and he's like, I don't play. And then he shows up, and you're like, man, you're a jerk if you don't play. And he hits it pretty well. Well, we had a lot going on there at the end of the opening stage, and everything's going to
Oh,
be
no
flipped
way,
around
Denver.
here because
That's
those
funny.
drivers that elected to stay out take the points, going to make pit stops this time around. Here we are once again. Progressive
All right, pit
road.
stops,
Kim
baby.
Kuhn leads us off.
And let's follow that orange and white machine of stage one.
A lot of guys got to remember pitted right before the end of the stage with like 3-4 laps to go, but some of them only did 2 tires, so.
But you're not going to fix that. Crew Chief Patrick Donahue electing to take a half round of wedge out of the left rear. They'll put those 4 fresh Goodyear tires on. Sunoco fuel, Dylan.
Right side of the screen, Ryan C. just said that he was tight under loading and asked for a little bit more help with the rotation of the car. You see the wrench going in the back window there to make a chassis adjustment. Parker Retzloff as well has run up front after qualifying up front. He just asked for help getting his entry slowed down. Was too loose there. Said his exit wasn't bad, but they'll put a half round in the left rear, 4 tires and fuel for the Ford.
And now we get the race off Progressive Pit Road.
Okay.
Sanchez
So let's see who
first,
stayed out here.
comes off second.
Quapple, Jones, Gray,
Let's
Eckes,
take a
Sammy
listen to
Smith,
the
Jesse
car
Love.
and what fuels him for
Sheldon
the race, brought to you
Creed.
by our friends at
Excuse me.
Sunoco.
It's my dream job. There's nerves, there's tension.
So the first
It's unlike any
car,
other sport, whether it's
pit
a
row
big
48.
moment or a race that doesn't have a lot of meaning behind it. I go out
Where
and try and do my job
I
no
don't
matter
think the
what.
order
and
is
that's what
updated
continues
because
to motivate me.
Sanchez was first off pit road unless he got a penalty. And we're back to commercials. All right. So mixed bag here. We had some guys take 2 tires right before the end of the stage. Some guys take 4. We saw in the truck race yesterday, not a lot of people had tire problems. Like there wasn't a lot of tire wear, which made for some mixed strategy in a sense. So looks like we're seeing that again today, but at the end of the day, that was just a really short run to the end of stage 1. It was a 2-lap shootout. Some guys took 2, some guys took 4, and then we had everyone else who stayed out. They just came down and pitted. So that was stage winner Nick Sanchez. That was Ryan Sieg, Jeb Burton, Parker Retzloff, Jeremy Clements, all these guys. So maybe Sanchez did, because I swear he just won the battle off pit road. Am I crazy? Did I not just watch Sanchez come off pit road first? Is there a penalty? Let's see. I guess it's just the leaderboard hasn't updated. Or maybe I don't even know at this point. I don't know what I messed up here. Yeah, Jamie, you missed our a new segment called the question of the stage, and because Zilic had to drop to the rear, the question of the stage was who's gonna finish? Where is Connor Zilic gonna finish in stage 1? And the options were 1st to 5th, 6th to 10th, 11th to 20th, or 21st and worse. 6% of the people picked 21st or worse, and he ended up finishing 21st. There was a late caution. I think he was like 18th or something at the time of the caution, and the altering strategies, he ended up 21st. So only 6% of people were right. I have not come up with a question for stage 2, question of the stage, but I could just let's just do a generic one. Who's gonna win stage 2? And if I think of a better question, that will become the stage 2 question of the stage.
Getting ready for stage 2, NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Rockingham. Aerial coverage today brought to you by the Lucas Oil Helicopter. Nick Sanchez won the race off pit road, but had to come down a second time.
Oh, okay.
That's
Sanchez
right,
had to
Brett,
come
because
back
the
a
team
second
only got
time.
3 lugs on the left rear tire.
Lug nuts.
Patrick Donahue came on the radio, said, we don't need a loose wheel. We need to come back down, tighten them. He told his driver, it's the right thing to do. Just shake it off. You've seen them tightening up those lug nuts again.
Stage 1 winner with some problems.
Currently in the 33rd position.
Or should that be the question of the stage? What is Sanchez? Where does he finish in stage 2? All right.
Most recent
Well, that was
stop, because they
quick
got shuffled out
here.
there, they did come down.
We're ending
and
this
put
poll
left
really
side
quickly.
tires on and filled the car full of fuel. So feel like because of the track position
All right.
they lost there when they got
Stage
shuffled
2
out,
question of
this
the
is sort of what
stage.
they had to do to set themselves up for a longer run and ultimately get back on what they feel will be the winning strategy. So adjusting on the fly might be the name of the game today for some of these guys, and the 7's doing that right now.
Here's what's crazy about Allgaier. He's second prior to that original set of pit stops. They win the race.
30
off
seconds.
pit
He's
road.
going to restart 30 seconds.
And he's
Okay.
going to be in a good spot, right? I mean, if you look, Quapple was second coming off the pit lane there, and he's going to be the race leader now that everything is cycled through. Also want to mention that Ryan Sieg, who's on the same strategy as Sanchez makes his second stop, Sieg is 21st. So Sieg is the best of those drivers that just came down at the end of the stage.
Well, Sanchez is
All right,
going to have
stage 2, question of the stage is up. Where does Sanchez finish stage 2? Starting in the back of the field here.
Dirty air, like what's the balance of that car gonna be? It's taken, Quapple got
6% of you got the stage 1 question of the stage, right? So let's see how you do in stage 2.
I mean, had a pretty good advantage on that. It's a challenge to pass today. The other thing we're going to get to have a good eye on is 2 tires versus 4 tires. How much of a difference is that going to be? Is a little bit of track positioning gain going to make a difference? It seems like tires always make more of a difference in the race than what we think versus in practice. So we'll see.
As I said, guys, I'm a little bit behind, so I'm doing my best to keep my eyes locked on the race over here because the leaderboard's down here. That's spoilers.
And Jesse Love, you see in the
I mean, I'll figure it out 30 seconds late, but
on the inside is going to be hungry to get back.
All right, Carson Kawapel leading him back to green here.
Off his best run of the year. Second,
Man, really good launch.
as we restart our second stage.
Inside every time has gotten a super good launch on the restart. We thought it would be better to be in the outside when they got to
And Gray's going to take second, too. Brandon Jones restarted second, but he's already back to third and might fall to fourth here.
And Jones not only loses the lead on the restart or loses those first two positions, he's going to fall back, drifting toward the back half of the top five here.
He does, but look at Jesse Love on the inside. I saw him really having to saw on the wheel to keep the car on the bottom. You see he drives really straight into turn one. Jones gives him a little bit of room.
Jones might lose another position here. He does. Wow.
Two cars super fast on those 4 tires, right? He's really strong.
Yeah, no, yesterday the outside line was really good on restarts, but today, I mean, it's been pretty bad. Like, the inside line has got a great launch every time. Well, yeah, Denver, because he retired so suddenly and quickly and unexpectedly that he didn't really get a chance to be sent off in a proper fashion because he cut off so quick. It's his life. He can do what he wants, but we never got that retirement tour that we saw with Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr., Tony Stewart. We didn't get that with Edwards because, well, we had no clue he was even thinking about retiring. So nobody knew. Heck, I was at his last win. I would have never guessed that was his last win at Texas in 2016. Oh, man, Zilich and Mayer got close to each other there.
In a really bad position, Parker. Sam Mayer really squeezed him there, and he got up beside him, took the air off the right side, and Zilich slid up the racetrack, losing that air. Just something that is so treacherous about being side by side, being the inside car down to turn 3. It already naturally loosens the car, being lower, but then you lose that right side air. And if someone
let's see where Nick Sanchez is at.
And Connor's really complained about the balance.
Sanchez won stage 1, only up to 29th.
That made it worse. The fact that 88 cars already loose, and he has a car jammed up his bumper with Sheldon Creed.
2016. What happened in 16? We had Jimmy Johnson win his 7th. We had all that controversy. Oh, Chris Wright in the wall. I mean, he didn't kill the wall, but he definitely rubbed up against it.
Absolutely no grip whatsoever. You see him sliding all over the place. And you see a car get up there, which Justin Allgaier got shoved up there in that earlier restart. Did a great job holding on to it, not getting to the wall. There's just zero.
But excuse me.
Kind of level off right here. Jesse Love was running a couple of tenths quicker, but as he's gotten closer, Taylor Gray in front of him.
Yeah, Zilich is an 8th.
The lap time delta has stayed about the same.
But what was I saying here?
The same lap times. It'd be interesting to see
I don't remember.
as you get some heat building
2016,
up
that's
in the
right.
tires, that 2-car
We had
lap
Johnson.
time. It's
Green flag pit stop for Ryan Sieg. That is very sudden.
First had worked his way up to 16th, so he was fast on the restart, gaining positions after being on the alternate strategy, but an unscheduled stop here under green.
At 16, we had Jimmy winning his 7th. Carl Edwards' last win. Tony Stewart's last win. Remember, he had that win at Sonoma. That was a really weird year because that was when Dale Jr. had all his concussions, and so Jeff Gordon came out of retirement to race the 88, just like we all expected. That's how Bowman got his Hendrick career started. 16. That was the photo finish in the Daytona 500 with Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. A very clean Daytona 500, I might add. The photo finish between Carl Edwards and Kevin Harvick at Phoenix. And we got commercials. Kawapel still leading. We had... What else happened in 16? Kyle Larson got his first career win at Michigan. Did anyone else get their first career win that year? Chris Buescher got his first career win at Pocono that year. What else happened in 16? Blaney and Elliott were rookies. Neither of them won races. Was that the year that Richard Petty Motorsports was renamed? Okay. Was that their last year with Chevy? Or Ford? Was that their last year with Ford? Or was 17 their last year with Ford? What was RPM's last year with Ford? I think it was 17. So 16 they were still Ford and they still had a year left. I feel like I covered mostly everything. Chase Elliott won Rookie of the Year since Arctic Freeze Games. That sounds right. It was either him or Blaney. I'm trying to go number by number in my head of cars and what they did that year. I'm trying to think if there were any shock winners outside of Buescher. Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, Micah, you're right. That was the year that Truex led it was 392 out of 400. So he led all but 8. He led 392 out of 400 laps and broke like every record for most miles led in a single race or something. Most laps led in a Coke 600. Most percentage of miles led in a single race, something like that. He broke all these records. So yeah, that was that year. The Southern 500, I think Truex won the Southern 500 that year too. Brickyard in 16, I think Kyle Busch won that one. Oh, they showed Kasey Kahne's damage. Yeah, that right front looks pretty gnarly, pretty not healthy. Yeah, 35th, 1 lap down. But on the bright side, he's only the first car 1 lap down. So if a quick caution happens, maybe, but I don't know how much speed he has. No, oh no, Jamie, way off. 2012. 2012 was the Montoya jet dryer incident. Oh, we're back.
Looking for a cable news network which respects all Americans? Then you have a new home with News Nation. See why News Nation is news for all
Hey,
Americans.
I just realized we didn't get a caution during that commercial break.
NewsNationNow.com.
Hey, how about that?
Quapple leading, but kind of like the middle point in stage 1. Jesse Love is right there.
Yeah, Jesse Love's right there on Quapple. Jesse Love seems to have the best car so far. I know he didn't win stage 1. He hasn't led the most laps. Kind of very similar yesterday to Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs swept the stages, only led 20-something laps, seemed to have the best truck, but alternate strategies put him back in traffic, the weird, wacky things, but yeah.
He might be okay. Oh, then the one car starting to move around. That's interesting. I would not give the 2 car at the bottom. And the spotter needs to tell him that, like, even though it might not feel good on the bottom, that's where the pass is going to be made, I think, right?
And I expected to see that out of Jesse first because we saw him doing that when he caught the 48 in stage 1. He was moving around, diming in the corner a little bit.
Yeah, Love is still quicker, but just very tough to get around. I mean, last time when he passed Sanchez, he had to get like right on his rear bumper and kind of get him loose. And Sanchez about lost it. He's trying to do that again, but not quite.
He had a vibration. Dylan confirmed the tire was cut. He's 2 laps down in 36th, as Ryan sees.
Let's see where Sanchez is.
Up
to 25th.
That gives him a little bit of clean
That's
air.
where Sanchez is.
He's
That's our question of the stage, by the way.
He's just trying to get as close as he can to the one car to get the one car loose.
38% say 11th to 20th.
It's going to be the
All right.
same move. It's just going to have to be really disciplined by the 2 cars. You see the one getting loose on the exit. I think if he can do this for 2 or 3 laps consistently, he'll work Carson up off the bottom.
I would say the psychology of it, too, right? I mean, you just are more aware. There's more opportunity for a mistake when someone is right in your hip pocket.
And they've probably told Carson on the radio he has 4 tires, so you already kind of feel like you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. So psychologically, yeah, it breaks you down a little bit.
Let's see if Love can get him here in the next couple laps.
Give him that little bit of clean air. He's got a shot right here.
He's for sure better. It's just seems difficult to pass.
Using that bottom, turning a little bit lower than the one, and gets to pack that air. There's nothing Carson's going to be able to do to combat that once he gets that air pack behind him.
What you hope is, if you're the one car, is that he runs enough laps behind you that his balance just goes away. He gets the tires hot, and it's almost like the 2 cars kind of recouping right here. If I'm the 2 car
close here,
he's going to drive in, try to. Oh, Carson gives it to him a little bit. Saw that the 2 is going to be on the inside of him. This lap car.
Oh, Love's got a
though. I mean, if you're the 2 car, you're going to kind of watch the lap car.
Try.
You want your spotters to tell you that, so you can try to work on your line based on where they are.
Well, lap car's gonna ruin that, I guess. I don't know about ruin, but Didn't help Jesse
He made
Love.
a good choice there. He saw the 45 there up top. Don't force it. That was going to be a really tight spot for both of them. He sort of backed out, letting Carson Kvapil get back to lead. He knows he has a super fast race car. He can make this pass.
Let's see if he can get a run here.
Be patient.
I go back to pit road. Jesse
Not
Love
quite.
exiting, has the contact with Annunziata, and you're like, what did that do to his race car? Maybe they lost some track position on it, but more importantly, was there any damage? The car seems to
It
be
looks like he has a run
handling just as good as it was
again,
early.
but he's gonna have to get.
I'm gonna tell you, Jesse's gonna get a little
Oh,
bit
here
of
he
attention
goes.
here to get by the one car, because right behind them is Taylor Gray, who started.
He's
to get
side by
just- he gets
side.
to
He's
the
trying to
inside
pull him
here.
back to him. All right, here he goes. It looks like Love's gonna take the lead
Carson's
here.
probably not gonna race him too hard down to the 1 and 2.
Really
Yeah,
trying
Love's
to
clear.
but it's gotta work for him. He's gotta
Jesse
go.
Love's in the lead. Oh,
Carson
Kvapil's
wants
gonna
back
have
to
it
the inside.
crossed him over. All right, he's taking the lead back.
How many
Oh, putting up
times
some fight here.
have
How
we
about
seen a
that?
dance today? Several different drivers have got it sideways.
Man,
hang on.
good
Love
stuff
had
right
it,
here.
gives it right back, and Kvapil taking advantage
Looks like
of the
Love had it,
issue
but
that he had
just-
coming off the corner.
This is just awesome stock car racing.
Oh,
at the
Love's back
Rock.
inside.
Seen it for years now. Back to the inside on Carson here. That's gonna be real
Nope.
tight on the exit.
Well, Carson knows
Kvapil's
he's
holding
not
him
good
off.
enough on the bottom compared to the two, so he's
doing a good
searching
job
around,
playing
just trying to
defense here.
find somewhere on the track he can get
It's
some
good
grip.
stuff.
I'm shocked though that he raced Jesse so hard. I thought that he was going to concede that position to him, let him have it right here. But he knows how important clean air is.
Hey, that clean air is a beautiful thing. You give it up easy.
Oh, Love almost hit the wall.
That
That's
was
why
so
he
close
probably
on
had
the
to
exit.
lift.
Jesse Love actually kissed the wall a little bit.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, if these guys keep racing the way they are, Taylor Gray has made up quite a bit of ground on them. Brandon Jones, one of the Dash for Cash guys, is running them down 2 or 3 tenths a lap. So as these guys are racing, it's bringing in 2 or 3 more players. We're going to have 4 cars here before too long.
And I just saw Jesse Love's hand inside the cockpit there move to make a brake bias adjustment. So he's making adjustments inside that race car right now to try and change the handling, change how it's going through the entry phase of the corner to get another run at Kvapil.
Good little battle right here for 3rd and 4th. I mentioned Brandon Jones being the fastest car on the track the last 2 laps. As Jesse Love and Carson Kvapil stopped racing, the lap times have kind of leveled out. But
Hey, look at Allgaier. I mean, we talk about 3 of the top 5 going for the Dash for Cash. Allgaier had lost that track position. They made that second stop to get those left side tires once they fell back on that restart a bit ago. He's picked up 13 spots since the restart, make it 14 now. He's up there knocking on the door of the top 15. Really, really good job by the 7 car.
good speed out of the 7, and not a surprise. In the first stage, we saw he was able to make his way through traffic better than a lot of the guys.
Inside of 20 laps remaining, stage number 2, Carson Kvapil out front of Jesse
Oh,
Love.
commercial. So what's gonna
Racing good
happen?
at the front.
We gonna get caution. We gonna get a lead change. That's what happens under
The
commercial.
largest national retail.
Silence commercial. Oh, we might get a lead change. Oh my goodness. NASCAR's greatest tradition is going to continue. We've had 2 cautions under commercial today. Will we have a lead change for once? Oh, here's a lead change. Here comes Jesse Love. Jesse Love to the lead. He's going to lead at the line, but Kvapil's coming back. This lap car of Chris Wright's really getting in Kvapil's way, but they're side by side for the lead. Kvapil's going to take it back. Wow, how about that? And once again, he's just doing a really good job of playing defense. But oh, look at this. Brandon Jones has closed in on this action. All right. Yeah, let's see it. Let's get some more excitement up here. Let's do it quick before they start fighting again. Let's see where Nick Sanchez is. 23rd. Our stage 1 winner. And let's see Kasey Kahne, and more cars are getting lapped, which hurts Kasey Kahne's case. So that sucks. Uh-oh. Oh no. Jamie, look away. It looks like Zilich has some sort of problem. Is this going to be a caution? Is this going to be our 3rd caution under commercial? There's no way. There's no way, guys. Oh, Brandon Jones is in this action battling for the lead. It's going to happen, isn't it? Though my computer says caution. Is it going to happen during the commercial, though? Is this caution going to happen under commercial? Let's see. Still under commercial. Brandon Jones underneath Jesse Love for second. When's this commercial going to drop? It's very crucial. When's it going to happen? Oh my goodness. The anticipation is killing me. Still commercial. We're back to another commercial. Oh, we got another car on the wall. Sheldon Creed, it looks like. And there's our caution during commercial. Three cautions under commercial. Just, as is the NASCAR tradition, man. That's 3 times. All right. That's tweet-worthy. Man. Well, does that screw? Did Zilich end up pitting? Because that's going to completely screw up their day. I guess I could turn the volume
We talked
on.
about how loose the car gets down there just by itself if you enter low, but also having a car on the outside. We also had the 88 of Connor Zilich, who had a flat right front. Who
Second
got
flat.
Yeah, second flat of the day. The first one was right after he won the pole. This one is going to be more costly. And we'll look back here. If you look at the top of your screen, top of the right.
Yeah, man.
There, you see the
I don't know what they're going to do with Bristol. If they get rid of a Bristol day, that would be certainly, that would get...
It wasn't like he was pinching him.
Oh, wow. He didn't cut a tire. Bonsignor put him in the wall.
Justin Bonsignor either there. Just got loose getting
Wow.
into turn 3. And if Creed wasn't there, it would have been a big impact into the wall for the 19. Actually kind of used him as a buffer. But unfortunately, it's most likely ended Creed's day.
All right.
The other thing we have to cover here is this battle for the lead in lap traffic. And I thought for
During the
sure
next commercial, I'm going to step
And
out
they
for
were
a
being
second.
pretty patient for a while. And then as we caught these lap cars, you see Chris Wright, the 5 car on the outside.
Maybe like
racing
20,
really hard,
30,
trying to stay on the
45,
lead lap.
maybe a minute.
This got tight right here. You see the 1 car. I've been really impressed. Look at that, how he's able to get back to the gas and the exit right there. Jesse got loose inside of him. I've been really impressed at how Carson's been able to manage
John, the
outside.
one thing I will give them credit for, at least they're doing it side by side and not just all straight up commercials, like full screen commercials.
I feel like his heart rate
But
got
yeah,
low,
man,
it's
it's been
elevated.
three cautions under commercial. What are the odds?
3 wide into turn 1. Had to have a higher heart
Well,
rate
it's
to go.
NASCAR, so I guess the odds are
You go by Chris Wright, you
very
put him on the line,
favorable.
Eventually, they got Garrett Smithley. So Smithley's going to get the free pass here, which means Kasey Kahne loses that opportunity.
No!
After those other guys go a lap down. And
Kasey
look at Brandon
Kahne's not
Jones,
gonna get-
third right now, but you saw the numbers. When he came back to Joe Gibbs Racing, there was so much optimism. And this year just got off to a terrible start. But here in the last month and a half, not only did he get the win at Darlington, but just their consistency has been remarkable. He's dash for cash eligible, and today just right in the game.
Yeah, and momentum's everything. And I think, and Parker and I talked about this earlier, his belief in his crew chief, Sam McCauley, that's everything right now. When he gets out of the car, it's the first person he thanks, and you can tell he genuinely
And
believes
once
in
again,
everything that Sam is doing. Was able to get his first win with Brandon
it's going to
Jones
be a
earlier this
short
year. I think this is a
shootout
great pairing for these
to
two.
the
Well, we talked about
stage
confidence.
checkered.
We talk about it's this elusive thing. You can't really put a number on it, right? You can't say or rate it in some respects, but you can see it in real time.
It's
And
funny, I went to look at my
Jones,
battery and it
you
said,
know his confidence
using
is down the last
significant
couple years.
energy,
He wasn't
your
able to
streaming
get back to the
software
lane, come back to
and
Joe Gibbs
your
Racing,
internet,
get a
or
win,
Google
and have
Chrome.
the great runs. You can literally see
Yes,
confidence
that
right
is
now.
literally all I have
I would
open,
say
so
a little
that
bit
makes
of chip on
sense
the
that it's
shoulder.
taking up
Because
significant
when he won at Darlington,
battery.
he talked about the fact there are some people that didn't
He
believe
knew.
in me, and
That's
here
exactly
I am.
right.
And you
So it's going to be a
referenced this, Parker.
shootout. We'll see
But I
who
hate this
pits,
for
who
Connor
doesn't,
Zilich
who
because
takes
they worked
2,
their
if
way
anyone
back.
takes
We
0,
talked
because
about
we
the fact
saw
he
that in the
started
truck
the
race
pole,
yesterday. These
had a flat
tires don't fall
tire,
off here,
had to
so
start in the rear, drove his way up to 7th, and with that number 1
yeah,
pit
where is
stall,
Zilich now?
could have had an opportunity. They get the flat. He is now 2 laps down, being shown in 34th.
But he'll get the wave around right here. So all these guys put
33rd,
in front of him, and then
okay.
just be 1 lap down, and you can recover from that.
Progressive pit road is a busy
All right, here we
place,
go.
Kim.
And Brandon Jones in that bright yellow Menards Toyota jumping the stage, looking for that track position to start the final stage. He was reporting tight to fire off and through the run, getting a little bit of front chatter. He said he is better on exit, but the whole corner could use some work. You saw that chassis adjustment as the 4 fresh Goodyear tires go on and Sunoco fuel, Dylan.
2 will pit as well after a good Jesse Love there in the 2-car, just said that he was tight center exit. They took 4 tires last time here, changing the right sides and a chassis adjustment as well. They'll go around and change left sides as well. Carson Quapple said he was trending loose, but the car had good roll speed. They put rights on that first stop. They'll put 4 on here, which Carson said, reminder, that'll free us up. So they made some adjustments to counter.
Brandon Jones, it looks like, is going to win the race off pit road. Yep, Jones, Quapple, Love, Gray, Mayer, Sammy Smith, Austin Hill, Eckes, Bonsignor, Allgaier. That's the top 10. Oh boy, look who stayed out again. These are like the same guys: Dean Thompson, Jeb Burton, Jeremy Clements, Anthony Alfredo, Matt DiBenedetto, Kyle Sieg, Austin Green. I know for sure Sieg, DiBenedetto, Alfredo, Clements, and Burton. I know they stayed out at the end of stage 1, so basically the same. Curious to see how many laps we have when we get this thing restarted. We're currently coming to 7 to go, I think, so we're going to have 6 or less.
Just tells you, we've talked about track position. That's how important it is right here to pit right now. All these leaders deciding to keep that track position by pitting now.
You know, the day this announcement was made about coming back to Rockingham, there was so much excitement in the NASCAR community. And everyone wondered, what's it going to be like? The weather's been great. The fans have come out, 30,000 strong here to see this race this weekend.
Look at that.
It's exactly
awesome.
what
Yeah,
I
it's
wanted
really
to see.
cool. They're talking about the crowd and
I just feel
whatnot.
like you've gone back in time. Not only because we hadn't
It's
raced
cool to see
here
that everyone
in
was so
20 years,
excited
but
about
just
this
all
place
the
and it's
elements that
full.
come with racing at Rockingham, and one of the great aspects, the train that made the
This is so
trip
cool.
from Raleigh. I mean, can you imagine going to Raleigh, hopping on the Amtrak, and coming in for the race? How old school is that?
A great time. I love that. You know, you can ride a train to
Yeah, no, this train's pretty neat.
New York, but I never thought about going to a racetrack by a train. That is so cool.
For $52.
It's pretty cool.
Really,
You can go
52 bucks.
both ways. $25 one way, 52 both ways after taxes. And we saw fans doing it earlier this morning, making the arrival. And
That's a lot of math.
Way to make your way to the racetrack. Let's go down to Dillon.
Well, that's cool. Oh, Kasey Kahne.
Well, guys,
That
just
car
a quick
is...
update on Kasey Kahne, just monitoring a couple things.
You can see his
inside
right
the
front
car.
tire.
I think Kasey was talking about it being hot in the race car, so just trying to confirm for sure if that was him talking about being hot or if he just felt like the temperatures were hot. But you see that right front, sometimes that gets into some of the cooling things, and obviously it opens up the engine a little bit. So just double checking on that. He said the car has not been that bad. The only thing he reported was just that it had some smoke on landing, but otherwise it's not good.
So sad.
Otherwise it has been okay. They're just trying to get back on the lead lap still.
Well, he talks about
He's the
heat,
first
so
car
it's
a
the
lap
perfect
down.
time to do our
So
race
if at the end of the stage he could get it back.
I love the turkey sandwich is good, fries. I love the post race. A little
Just the
water.
honesty.
Have a beer. Yeah, I agree. He's gonna want one
No
after
matter
today.
the outcome.
Well, he was sponsored by Budweiser for
that's
years, so
true.
I think you got to take that into consideration. But I think Casey's always kind of been the epitome of health. Look at that 75 race sprint car schedule.
Wow.
Those dirt racers are nuts. I can't believe how many races they do. Sometimes upwards of 100 races in a year. And I know
Absolutely
Casey
wild.
mentioned that car not being that bad. It's because he can't see what the right front looks like. Because when you come to a track
All right.
fast like this, you're gonna
And
want
once
all
again,
the
this is
aerodynamics
going to
you
mess
can-
up our
you
question
can
of the
have and not have
stage
the
because
right
Nick
front position.
Sanchez,
You do know
I
if
think
he
he
starts
had
to
gotten
get
his
fast,
way
there's
back
some
into the
aero
top
people
20,
that
and now he is 23rd.
How's
He
that
needs to
possible?
gain 3 spots to get out of that 21st or worse, which currently is 27% of the vote. Okay, so that's a little bit more than last time. Last time it was only 6%, and you guys got that very wrong, except for the 6%, obviously.
Disappointing day after so much promise. They'll go ahead and change the left side tires here. I think they just changed rights when they had that problem, so maybe just going to put the lefts on here and make it a full set. But what could have been for sure for the 88.
Yeah, you said it. What might have been for the rookie Connor Zilic, who showed off his talent yesterday in practice today in qualifying, but some bad luck is not going to allow it to be paid off. Now our race break brought to you by Safe Light, the auto glass experts. A recap of what Connor Zilic has faced.
Yeah, the flat tire in qualifying, having to go to the back, kind of drove his way back up to the top 10, and then to have the right front flat here late in the race. And he's 2 laps down. He's not out of it, but what he has to have is not what happened yesterday in the truck race. He does not want to see this race go green. He wants to have multiple cautions. There's not that many people a lap down. He's 2 down, though, so all the guys that are 1 lap down will have to get that lap back prior to him getting any of his
So,
I thought
let's see.
the wave might happen there.
We're gonna have, if we restart here, it's gonna be 4 to go.
That's what we've had in this situation. 8 drivers.
Looks like it's gonna be 4 to go in the stage, maybe 3 to go. 3 to go. We're gonna have a 3-lap shootout to end the stage. I think last time it was a 2-lap shootout. So if this is a sign for the future, this is a sign for the end of the race. Buckle up, literally and figuratively. Dean Thompson is your leader, just as we all expected.
We're not even halfway yet.
Jeb Burton, this looks like what's going to happen next week. This looks like the Talladega restart order. Dean Thompson, Jeb Burton, Jeremy Clements, Matt DiBenedetto.
This is a big opportunity for Dean Thompson, Sam Hunt Racing, if they can go and get this stage win. Came into this race 17th in points, 25 below the cut line, 10 points on offer here. If you can get the stage win, that'd be huge.
Yeah, and if I'm Jeb Burton's spotter, I'm telling him, look, they have struggled to get going in the outside lane on this restart. You need to try to time this out and be prepared that they're going to probably spin the tires.
Good look at the field via our Celsius onboard camera. Now we look at driver
All right.
Jeb Burton.
Let's see how the stage ends. Let's see who wins it. It looks like unless
And the Cup Series.
tires suddenly matter, then
Join him as a Rockingham winner
looks like
here
it's
today.
going to be a wacky stage winner, to say the least. Here we go, 3-lap shootout
3 laps
for
to
the
go.
stage.
Stage 2.
Not the best launch from Thompson, but he's going to get clear for sure. Yeah, he's clear. Dean Thompson, man, if he wins the stage, that would be something. Oh, Love. Might have scraped the wall there.
He had to almost check up a little bit on the exit. Now it's gonna be
Oh boy,
really tough
oh
spot
boy,
on 3 and
oh
4.
boy, oh boy.
We saw him racing for the end of this
Getting
race.
high up there, Jesse Love.
Coming out, and it's still the
Dean
same
Thompson's
battle.
pulled away a little bit.
To get in front
2 to
of
go.
when this cycles through at the end of the stage.
He gave him everything he had, but he had to eventually give up on that outside. It wasn't going to work.
Look at him, he's up there again, so dirty. He's committed to running up there. It must feel good, because, sometimes you see the dirt, and you think, it's going to be how slick it is, but it must not feel that bad to him to commit to doing that lap after lap.
Final lap. Stage
Dean Thompson's
2.
still leading.
They're fighting for position.
Oh, he's on the inside now.
Here comes Jesse Love diving to the inside. Quapple, a little bit of a wiggle. Give Love the spot.
Well, big commitment right there from Jesse to get in front of him.
And just as we all expected, Dean Thompson holds off Jeb Burton to win stage 2. Just like we all predicted. Let's see where Nick Sanchez finished. 20th. He finishes 20th. All right, you guys did better this time. You guys did better this time. 45% of you got the stage 2 question of the stage correct. There you go. Good job, everyone. Sorry, 50%. Someone put in a vote at the last second. But good job. I will be right back. Just give me a second. I'll be back in like 1 or 2 minutes. All right, we're back. Whew. Oh, Micah. Oh, my goodness. I just saw that comment. I mean, that's true, I guess. Dean Thompson did indeed win a stage before Denny Hamlin won a championship, so you are correct. Poll suggestion, who's most likely to win? Jesse Love, Dean Thompson, the pole sitter of the race, or someone else. So I guess Zilich is technically the pole sitter, but Parker Retzlaff launched or started the field off in first, so I don't know. It depends on who you ask, I guess. But yeah, that'll be our. I'll go boring, and I guess I should get the race back up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's still commercial. Very good. So our stage 3 question of the stage will be, who wins the Xfinity Series race at Rockingham? That is not a question. That is just straight up typing. Who wins the Xfinity race at Rockingham? Answer number 1, we're going to go Jesse Love. Answer number 2, we're going to go... Screw it. Let's do it. Dean Thompson. Answer number 3, we'll go... Other comments. Stage 3, question of the stage is up.
First time we've had that in an Xfinity race since Mid-Ohio 2019. Chase Briscoe, Jack Hawksworth.
You might expect that at a road course, right? Yeah. You get some ringers to come in. Not necessarily.
Dean Thompson looks like he's about to
But I kind of
pit.
expected it today. Well, you did.
Yeah.
I knew
Bit
that
of
we'd
a
have a
road
lot.
course
Dean
mentality.
Thompson's going to
He's
pit. He's going to surrender the lead.
Got
No.
some pit stops. Progressive pit road is open. Dean Thompson and others coming down, Kim.
Yeah,
Dean Thompson and
getting
others.
That stage winning, joked on the radio, pretty cool. Gotta have to tell Freddie, he meant spotter Freddie Kraft for the Cup Series being off. Freddie on vacation, so Greg Sump filling in as spotter this weekend. But Dean also saying just a tick free in, but then lose the nose at the 3/8 mark. As you see Jed Burton on the right side, he said it tightened up with the heat cycle. He's got chattering on the landing through the center, so looking for just a little bit freer condition on that machine. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, no big deal. Pull some tape from the nose as well.
So these are the drivers that elected to stay out when that caution came right there, inside of 10 laps to go in stage 2.
126 to go. We're halfway through.
And we look at the race off Progressive Pit Road. All these drivers going to be deep in the field when we return to the green flag with those that stayed out. Thompson wins the race off. Plus
yeah, let's see who's on the lead lap now.
8 cars in all made pit stops there.
I think Kane's back on the lead lap.
Nope, he's still a lap down. Zilich is still 2 down.
Some of the players up front, Love, Jones, Quapple.
So there's your lap down. Denver's going to go with Carson Quapple. You're not going to go with Dean Thompson after he just won the stage? From the alternate strategy? What? Man, my pre-race pick was Kasey Kahne, and obviously that's not going to happen, so I guess I have to change my pick. Yesterday, we saw arguably the best truck, Lane Riggs. He didn't lead a lot of laps. He swept the stages, and alternate strategy kind of completely changed the outcourse of his race. And that's essentially Jesse Love today. He's been the best car, I would say. He probably has the best average running position at 3.92. Let's see if anyone beats that. 3.92. No one's going to come close to beating that. So Jesse Love has had the best car, if you ask me. He's not led the most laps, just like Lane Riggs yesterday. I think they get the strategy right. I think Jesse Love wins. That is my new pick. I'm going to go with another RCR car like I did pre-race. Hopefully this time he doesn't get wrecked by a lapped car. Would be preferred. But we got halfway through the race. Kasey Kahne got wrecked. So the lapped car of Catherine Legg was in like the second line, way off pace, and then William Sawalich just went right into that line, spun her out, and then in the process of her spinning out, she went back down the racetrack and collected Kasey Kahne. Kasey Kahne has a ton of right front damage. I'm going to see if I can have a picture of it, but he's been running in the 30s ever since. He was in the top 5 when that wreck happened, I believe. If not, he was 6th or 7th, but yeah, that ruined his race. So Kasey Kahne's still in the race, but he's done. He's out of contention. So here we go. Here's a picture of the damage. Here's Kasey Kahne's damage. So yeah, not ideal. And it's Kasey Kahne over. Yeah, I was rooting for Kasey Kahne. Just a really cool story to see him coming back. He had speed. He qualified 4th. It looked like he was going to have a shot at a competitive finish, but obviously, no, Catherine Legg, really rough start or rough resumption of her NASCAR career, but they've just Rockingham and Phoenix as her first 2 tracks back, or that's the question for me. Why those 2 tracks? She's done big ovals like Indy before. She's done the road courses. So my big question would be, why not start her out there and then kind of slowly get her ready for the shorter tracks? You got to get there eventually if you're going to run a bunch of NASCAR races, but my big question would be, why start out there?
As the Sound Gear onboard camera, William Sawalich starts up front, running in the top.
All right, stage 3 about to start. I've switched my pick. It was Kasey Kahne. I'm going to Jesse Love now.
That right front does have a little damage, not near as bad as Kasey Kahne. Dylan, do you have more?
Let's talk quickly about Jesse Love. Danny Stockman, his crew chief, just came on the radio and said, I want you to abuse the car on the short run and then manage it for the long run. Think that explains why we've seen some aggressive moves on the restarts by the 2. Don't expect that to change before the end of the race.
Well,
all right, stage 3 about to get underway here.
What we've seen today.
Look outside row 2. Sam Mayer has joined the party. Haven't talked about him today. Restarts
Brandon Jones, good launch there.
Brandon Jones gets the jump into 20.
Jesse's been one of the most aggressive on using that outside lane.
Wow, great run from Jesse Love. It looks like he's going to get the lead here. Yeah, wow, that's what we saw in the truck race yesterday. We saw the outside lane just able to launch and just overtake. Oh, we got a spinner. Sawalich is wrecking again.
Contact with Josh Williams.
You jinxed him, Adam.
No big damn. His hood's a little beat up. It's already a little bit beat up, but
He got the free pass. My math right here says it'll be Kasey Kahne.
Kasey Kahne free
Goes
pass?
back to the lead lap.
And for Sawalich, he got away with that earlier damage. This is not going to quite be the same.
Yeah.
He hit the 11 pretty hard, knocked in that nose into the tires. It's going to be hard to recover from.
Ooh, the 70 sent it.
Restart
3 wide.
aggressive
My,
here.
oh,
Sawalich gets 3 wide. Yep.
Yeah, not his fault there.
okay.
That's tough.
The 70 sends it inside the 44 and then just goes up the track into the 44 who spins the 18. That was something. Okay. Cool. Oh my goodness. This race is certainly something. Yeah, so it looks like Kasey Kahne's going to get his lap back. Jesse Love is your leader. Kasey Kahne, get his lap back, please. Please. I'm curious to see if anyone pits because the tires, just like yesterday, haven't really done much. But if you're running like 16th, if you're Ryan Ellis or Daniel Dye, really, like if you're Daniel Dye, Josh Williams, why not pit and get tires and see what happens, I guess. And then these guys we all know pitted because they stayed out for the end of the stage. Stage winner, Dean Thompson, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in case you were wondering. Let's see, Kasey Kahne. I want to see that thing go from 1 lap to the second count. I'll be surprised if Kasey Kahne could win. He's got a good chunk of damage, but, I mean, I guess we've seen crazier things happen in NASCAR Denver. Speaking of Denver, not you, Denver, but the Denver Nuggets, are they winning? NBA playoffs are happening. They're down by 3 at the end of the third. You're at home. I get you don't have a coach anymore, but you're losing at home. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Harden's doing quite a lot, including fouling. He's got 4 fouls. Ben Simmons, not doing much statistically. Jokic is doing his normal thing. Is anyone else doing anything for Denver? Is that the problem? Is Jokic just doing too much? Yep, that is indeed. Well, actually, Murray's having a decent game. He's +5 on the plus minus, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. But outside of that, yeah, really not much contribution from Nuggets players. That seems to be their biggest problem. Whereas the Clippers, they're getting some from Zubac, Leonard, Harden, Chris Dunn's even putting together a decent stat sheet. All right, good to know. Good to know. So much Denver. Denver, North Carolina. We got Denver in the comments. We got the Denver Nuggets, the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Could go for some chicken nuggets right now. But 54% battery. I wonder if I can make it to the end of this race. How many laps have we had? 133 to 250. Oh, that's I don't know if I can make it. By like 15% is when I plug it in. So I guess I should get the cord right. We get some time, but just get it ready. Oh, we're back. Here we go.
NASCAR coming back to Rockingham. I'm excited about next Saturday as well.
It's as good as
Talladega Super Speedway.
Talladega.
NASCAR Countdown Live happens 3 o'clock Eastern Time. And I'll tell you what, when you go there, it's a wild card race, and we talk about the variety of winners we've had this year, and we could add another one next week.
100%. It's also a wild card in the infield. I've got an RV in the infield for the weekend, so guys, it'll be interesting if I show up for everything on time. Let me know. Let's take a look at this. So Thomas Nunziata there in that black and green card just sort of sent it on the bottom a bit, and it 3 wide and put Sawalich in such a tough position, not wanting to get up into the dust that we've seen be so tough. Brendan Poole kind of sandwiched in that middle there.
Had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he was just stuck. But it was a very aggressive move by Thomas there to the bottom.
It was, and it maybe works if you're just 2 wide, but he knew they were 3 wide. He made it 3 wide, getting into the corner. This is a great, the other view of him getting to the inside of Brendan Poole. He washes Brendan up, and Brendan's just kind of along for the ride. Same thing for Sawalich. I mean, once he got hit, you just have no control of that.
And you can see on that onboard where he's trying his best not to be forced into all the dust that's on the outside. He's trying to stay within the rubber there, and that just makes it so tight when you're 3 wide.
It happened late.
It was very late,
right?
So yeah, and you can't just adjust your line. When that happens, you've already committed to what your line is, and we've seen how many people had trouble down the turn 3. At that point, you have to sort of let the car.
Oh, yeah, I guess. So Kasey Kahne's back on the lead lap. Great news. I should have the top of the leaderboard. Jesse Love, that is my new pick, by the way.
Here we go. Since that time, just
But we've got our
to find their way to the front.
poll. We've got our stage 3 question of the stage up.
It's a great track that you can
40% of you have picked other. 30% Brandon Jones. 20% Jesse Love. 10% Dean Thompson. Dean Thompson, stage 2 winner, by the way.
32 cars on the lead lap.
Jason, you got your wish because Sawalich just got dumped a couple laps ago.
Yeah, he did the best job of anybody, though, at the launch. And I think if he's the control car, we'll see right here.
Oh.
It still looks like that inside
Good
road
jump
is
from
a
Brandon
lot
Jones.
better. But Jesse's been so aggressive on the restarts. You see getting down into turn 1.
Love's going to power around the outside. That's what we saw. As I said earlier, that's what we saw in the truck race.
Yeah, that 2 car all day long.
We haven't seen it today until now with Jesse Love.
I feel like most of the runs
Yeah, Jamie, that would be funny.
ball and had to drive it to the front. Now he's got control of the race. Talking about the 2 of
Can I switch back to Kasey Kahne if he starts running up front, or am I committed to Jesse Love now? How does this work?
Fighting to get to the bottom. Nobody wants to be on the outside. It tells me the track, as you mentioned, may be really tight up there, and they don't want to
Oh
get
boy.
three
Oh,
wide
Dean
like we
Thompson,
saw with
stage
Sawalich.
winners in an intense battle with Kyle Sieg and a few other cars at the moment.
19th after doing a solid job to end that second stage.
My hey, whoever wins the race, that was my pick. That's the new rule. Not really. That would be kind of lame.
Now stage 3, everyone's had a chance to work on their cars, get them better. This is going to be harder than ever to try to drive to the field as Anthony Alfredo gets.
Where is Kasey Kahne at now?
But this is going to be a tall task to work.
26th, okay. Last lap was a 31.3. The leaders are 25.7.
And you've got to make up those positions. As he gets into his teammate there,
Is that right?
That was tight. Jordan Anderson just closed his eyes for a minute. Well, Blaine pitched him off just a little
64.0.
bit.
There was a caution about that. Oh, as I look up, the 35 car is spinning. All right. Okay, guys. I really don't want a wreck fest here. Xfinity Series. Remember that meeting from a few weeks ago, please?
He was 2 laps down, so was Connor Zilic, and I think right now by our scoring monitor, this should allow Connor to get the free pass, get to 1 lap down.
And because he'll be
there you go, Jamie. Zilic is going to get one of his laps back, maybe. What in the world? What is happening? We got Chris Wright in the wall. We got Greg Van All spinning around.
We've seen Chris Wright do that a couple times today, so he's found the outside wall there.
Cool.
Multiple times. Greg, I don't.
Cool. And we're back to commercial. At least this caution didn't happen under commercial. We've had 3 instances of that today. 3. Jamie, I just saw what you said. Well, there's been a lot more. How many cautions have there? I guess we can count up here. I think we only had 3 incidents for cause yesterday in the truck race. So today we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Okay. Quite a different day today. Quite a different tone in this race compared to yesterday. Yeah, Kasey Kahne, honestly, just do an alternate strategy. Do something crazy here and go win. And I'll edit out the part of this live stream of me changing my pick to Jesse Love. Though every time I mention it, I'm going to have to edit it out now. So, Denver, I really hope it's not. If it's a wreck fest, I'm going to be so sad. Just a couple weeks after they had that stern talking to by NASCAR, like, do we really need? I don't know. Almost. Almost. Come on now. Almost had it. They're doing just an old Rockingham highlight reel. I'm just waiting for them to get back to
Race opened up mid-1960s. So much history and tradition at Rockingham Speedway. Another chapter being written here today. NASCAR Xfinity Series making their first appearance in
Let's see what this poll's at.
we've got just
Ooh,
over
Jesse
100
Love,
laps
other,
to
and
go.
Brandon Jones are all tied at
That
31%.
video clip we just showed.
And
Today
Dean
is his
Thompson's at
83rd birthday, so happy birthday, Jack.
31 plus 31 is 62. Plus 31 is 93.
Jesse Love in the race lead. Brandon Jones.
Plus
second
8
as
is
we
101. There's
anticipate the change in
101% of a poll.
Jesse Love is wanting to have
Screenshot.
another one of those restarts and then run green for a while here to log some laps. It's stressful to have to do that over and over again. Brandon Jones gets more practice at the launch and how he's going to race
Interesting.
Jesse Love through
That's
turns
not how
1
the
and 2.
math works, but
Kim, do
interesting.
you have more on Brandon?
Yeah, let's get a Toyota driver update. Brandon Jones currently in that second position. The best.
Well,
of the
Jamie,
Kasey Kahne told me we'll definitely be a contender
The
for
thing that would
points
answer your
away
question
from
is who
this week.
retires
For us.
first.
And
And
man, have they been on a
in
hot streak.
age, I guess
They
Denny
averaged
is closer, but
7.3 with 5
it
top
depends.
10s in the last 6 races.
So whoever, because I think all 3 of those will be first ballot.
Challenges for him today. He said,
So it's a matter of who retires first.
no SMT data to lean on, and I'm one that's
Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson did not race today. If I had to guess, because it's the Cup Series is one and only off week of the season, so they probably wanted to go on vacation and make the most of the one weekend off.
currently riding in the second position, Dylan.
Well, it's been a great day and weekend so far for Parker Retzlaff. He runs a
All right, let's see.
qualified second, but
Another restart. Hopefully we can keep it clean and green here for a bit and not turn into that Xfinity Series Martinsville race from a few weeks ago.
But when we tested here earlier in the offseason,
Oh,
we
boy.
were really happy. We've evolved our setup from even what we had then. I think it's going to be a good day for us, and it has been so far. Just trying to finish it off now, so restart 8th.
Behind that 4-car row 5 for the restart, you got Christian Eckes outside enjoying a nice day, the rookie for Team Colleague. And inside of him, Justin Allgaier going for the dash for cash. He has been so
I forgot
quiet,
about the
but our
dash for
reigning champ
cash.
got himself back in
Really
the game,
forgot about
restarted
that
ninth
one.
with 107 remaining.
It's taken a while, though.
Yes,
You
to come
think about
back.
that's all the way back in stage 1. It has taken a long time to get there, Parker.
They took that risk with 2 tires. It didn't work, and they've had to pay for it ever since.
Front row, Jesse Love controlling outside of Brandon Jones. Green one more time at the Rock.
Another great start by Jesse
Love gonna power. Yep. Oof. Love just great on the outside.
Brandon Jones here off of 2.
Yeah, Carson's been really good at being able to push whoever is in front of him, whatever line he's in. He's been able to really time those restarts out and help whatever row he is in. As you see, he's
Quapple versus Brandon Jones for second. I guess that's really good for if you're Jesse Love because you're going to be able to pull away.
Because he put himself in that position to be fighting Brandon Jones here. We usually saw the front row sort of be at a major advantage on most of the restarts. But he's able to clear
Jones is still there. He's still putting up a little bit of a fight. And nope.
See what kind of speed he has in that 1 car.
Well, and we don't know.
All right, Quapple second, Jones third, Gray fourth. Who's fifth? Sammy Smith fifth.
4/10 a lap slower as he's having to race Brandon Jones, but we'll get single file.
Good battles throughout the field, though.
Car has, or is the 2 car still going to be the dominant car all day long?
Daniel Dye looking for another top 15. You ride with the rookie driver here, right behind Nick Sanchez, who's got a good comeback going.
And Adam, listen to the throttle. And, you know, as those guys are in all this traffic, we talk about how fast this track is. It is until you're in dirty air and you hear Daniel Dye having to really work the throttle on the exit there. The car is out from underneath him. It's tight. It's
Is
loose,
Jeb
so
going to make it through? Nope. I thought Jeb Burton was about to swing and make it 3 wide there.
Nick Sanchez, he started to
Not
lose
quite.
the front end, just had to pedal it on the exit. That's the arrow. We're talking about the dirty air that you just start to lose the front end of that race car and it starts to drive out towards the wall and you've got to check up your speed.
And what you want to do is exactly what he's doing right here. He's like a half a groove lower than Jeb Burton. Just trying to get any air that you can get on the front end is a huge advantage. And that's what you try to do. You try to offset yourself.
Wow, Jesse Love's just ran away. He's a 1.3 away from the field. Oh, what in the world? Parker Retzlaff just went up the track. Oh,
Move from Sanchez
is he in the
to
wall?
avoid him coming off.
Oh, another caution. Oh.
Let's get an update on the 4, Dylan.
Yeah, and he had just come on the radio and said, I've got a bad vibration in the front tires. So he sort of predicted it, but unfortunately it did go down.
And now the caution is out.
What?
And it's
Now we got
up
the
to
07
8
round.
today.
What?
Patrick Emmerling in the 07.
Okay,
Yeah, this is
sure.
kind of a reaction
Cool.
to them seeing Parker Retzlaff, slow down. The spotter says, checking up in front of you. Patrick checks up.
most likely get to run into from behind.
That's exactly what happened. There was someone behind him. I couldn't quite tell who it was.
Oh boy, this is looking way too familiar, ladies and gentlemen. Way too familiar.
It goes from multiple grooves just down to basically
Justin
one.
Allgaier.
Was going super slow. That right front down.
Ninth.
The other car ran in the back of Patrick.
Where's Kasey Kahne? That's my question.
I would always, in that situation,
Still 26.
If I could see the issue in front of me, the spotter tells me that. As I got on the brakes, I always looked at my rear view.
Oh yeah, every
to
time.
See like, are they slowing down behind me, and try to get out of
All right.
of whoever's behind me in case they don't get slowed down in time.
How much time we have until the sunset? We've got about 2 hours.
Well, yeah, now he's going to be in the groove. And who is that?
All right.
Tim? That was Dean Thompson, maybe, in the 26?
So. Yep, I think it was.
That's right. Who's behind Patrick Lane, who just wasn't able to check up in time as they were coming off turn 2.
Zillett should be back on the lead lap now.
Just talking about getting the stage points.
Jamie.
Yeah, you did it again. He's up there in the top 10. A huge day for Alpha Prime.
Hey, I'll say this though. The caution comes out, which is a huge aid for them, right? Because you don't make that pit stop under green. Here's the other thing.
Huge break.
I would say. Connor Zilic gets the free pass here. He's gotten 2 in a row.
Wow.
He returns to the lead lap.
There
And
you
the
go,
last
Jamie.
thing I'll say in this scenario, 100 laps to go. Pit road opens. It's outside the fuel window, but we know how important track position is. Do you play a game here and go ahead and make that stop?
You need a haul of caution laps, but you might get it the way things are going right now. I said that Connor Zilic would get back on the lead lap. Both of you looked at me like I was insane for a second, but I thought we had the chance.
Nothing to do with
That's
your
usual,
analysis.
actually. Sorry, what am I saying? That's the look every time.
We have learned this year is that partner's never wrong. Okay, so we totally understand that.
Finally, somebody understands.
All right, a lot of drivers staying out. Christian Eckes says, you know what? Let's roll the dice here. Go ahead, come down, see what happens. Here's the 16, Kim.
Yeah, Christian Eckes in just a little bit snug, but overall not bad. Not sure if maybe this is a strategy call by Alex Jans by coming down now, getting a full tank. Maybe they shorten up one of their final stops of the race.
I thought Connor Zilic might come here because...
Yeah, and I like what Kim said right there. I think the idea here, get it full of fuel right now. If a caution comes out again in 10 or 12 laps, they're going to have a short field. They can jump a lot of cars.
Other drivers...
More commercials. Because of more cautions. At least the cautions aren't happening under commercial, I guess. But I really hope this doesn't turn out like the Xfinity Martinsville race and just everyone suddenly dogging it. We've had such a positive weekend here at Rockingham. Had a solid truck race. The race, honestly, the race today's been solid as well. But I would prefer a clean race to the finish. I mean, I'm not saying let's go green all the way to the end and just have everyone be strung out or anything, but, you know. Oy. Allgaier, 8th. Oh, they're back. Thank goodness.
Getting ready for a restart. Going to be 97 laps to go in the race.
All right, 97
to go.
Want to confirm
Computer battery, 46%. 15 is when I will
they're basically playing with
use the
money.
charger.
Going to break. I felt like they would, but confirming the 88 did come down pit road. And all of these drivers that made pit stops here now
Kasey
Kahne
Kahne
is
is
and how they play it, and can they save some fuel? Carla?
19th.
Yeah, and
We'll
drivers
take
really
it.
don't have anything to compare Rockingham Speedway to, but they're still trying. Rookie Carson Quapple hasn't been to all of the tracks on the
All right,
NASCAR circuit
restart
yet,
coming up
he
here.
does compare the corners
Jesse
to
Love,
Bristol and
Carson
Dover. Also
Quapple on the
set
front
pace
row.
North Wilkesboro, winning race late model
Jesse
there.
Love's been doing a great job on the outside of the restarts, just kind of once he gets into the middle of 1 and 2, just launching essentially and just pulling away from the field. So
Parker, I think we all try to like take
let's see
corners.
what he
but
does
I was
here.
good at Dover, so this corner kind of reminds me of Dover, and this surface reminds me of Wilkesboro, where I thought it was good too.
Find whatever can give you the confidence to fire it off in there and say it's going to stick.
Yeah, I like this battle right here. I think that's our two best players, the 2 and the 1 on the front.
All right,
row.
here we
As
go.
I mentioned earlier, Carson's done a great job on all these restarts. Can he do
Please
it again?
keep it clean.
Love controlling from the outside.
Once again, Love with a good start. Quabble's actually pulling back though. And Love's going to just rock it around the outside again.
I think Carson's going to have something for him right here.
Yeah, Quabble's actually giving a little bit more of a fight than previous couple restarts.
Just a little bit, timed it perfectly, side by side for the lead off of turn 4.
And it looks like Love. Yeah, he's clear. Jesse Love's clear. He leads.
Yeah, he did as good a job
Still.
as anybody's done all day long, though, on the inside or starting on the inside of the front row. If we get another restart late in the race, Jesse Love's
We got some teammates. We got Taylor Gray and Brandon Jones fighting for third. Yeah, third at the moment.
I just go back to what you said earlier.
Sammy Smith's going to push Jones ahead.
When you're the bullseye, right? You're the one that everyone's
Austin Hill, we haven't heard much from him all day. He's 6th. All right, good for him.
One thing I've noticed about why the bottom can be really strong on the restarts, you get that distance difference. The way this track is shaped, you can kind of shade a ton of difference off in terms of distance down to turn 1. That's what Carson Quapple did so well. Jesse's going to have to put that in the notebook for later on if there's late race restarts, because he's doing a great job on the outside. But
What's the lead? 0.8 of a second. Yeah, Love is just able to pull away. If he gets a long green flag run, he should be able to pull away for a good bit. But I'm curious on the long run what Quapple can do, if he can close in, if he can make this exciting, make this interesting. And I mean, I think everyone's got to pit one more time for fuel at least. So
talk about how tight things are off of turn 2. Yes.
That's a signature.
That's a little friendly contact, though.
Yeah, that is a signature of Justin Allgaier, who loves the side draft. He knows he's one of the most aggressive in the series at doing it. We see it all the time.
oh my god.
Justin Yep. Monsignor in the 19, making his 4th start of the year.
Sure.
4-time modified champion.
Monsignor's got a lot of damage. Looks like he might be out of the race.
Got into Sheldon Creed earlier, and
You know,
now
he had made his way back up to 11.
he had. He's running pretty good now. Lap times were good. He had good track position, but
More
his days is going to be
cautions.
short here.
Yay.
So
So excited.
Was behind him. Not quite
Oh, look
sure
at
if
Harrison
it was
Burton in the
contact
top 10.
From Jeb, but he was
Brennan
really
Poole,
sideways off of
another
turn
good
2 at the
run.
exit.
Kasey Kahne 18.
Unlike the truck race,
Yeah, I mean,
unlike the truck race, we've seen a lot of cautions today.
Good point by Jamie McMurray there.
With Jeb, that's 19, Justin Bonsier
Oh, Jeb Burton gave him a little bit of a bump, and
Oh, it's just going to go around.
He chased it for
Around there. It's like, I got it, I don't got it, I don't have it.
And Parker, I think that goes back to like what we were talking about earlier. These tires, you have a lot of grip.
me too, Micah.
You don't.
Me too.
And it's not like you lose half the grip or 10%. You just lose.
We still got 80 to go in this, 90 to go. Math is hard.
Corner just never caught up to him.
Looks like
most
Bonsignor's
cautions at
out.
Rockingham since October of 95. Now you have to factor in, we didn't come in for 21 years, right? But still. And we look at laps since these drivers were last on pit road. With 91 to go,
We're getting close.
you're really starting to think about it now. And I look down there at Ryan Sieg. You know, he's in a pretty good position. Back there in 17.
And you hear Jeb Burton shutting the engine off. There's two things you do there. You're obviously saving fuel, trying to make that fill shorter, but you're also cooling the engine down just a little bit. It's hot out today.
Another driver I want to point out, you know, Christian Eckes, who's on that strategy and came down. And we thought, you know, that's an aggressive play. But what he wants is, you know, he wants cautions. If you can save that much, and maybe you can. I mean, we talk about the fact that you have a shorter pit stop when you come to make another one if you do. But cautions don't hurt you if you're going to save gas. And here they are.
It makes it so much
Everyone's
easier when they're
pitting.
all
Wow.
good for you too. It's not like it's split. Everybody feels good about it. Kim?
Yeah, and crew chief Sam McCauley for Brandon Jones says we're just close enough if it keeps this cadence to make it on fuel. So they're banking on a couple of more cautions. You see that?
Oh, Kim, I think we're going to get a few more cautions at the rate we're going.
With that adjustment for fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel at 4 cars are going to use.
Yeah, David, the aggression mode, it is picking up. Oh, slow on the right rear. Oh, Kasey. Oh my goodness, Kasey Kahne and Jesse Love in the 70 all almost hit each other in the pits. Carson Kvapil, new leader. Unless people stayed out, which it looks like some people stayed out. Oh boy. You know what? If this race is going to be crazy and stupid, can we get Taylor Gray versus Sammy Smith for the win? If we're going to just go completely ugly and stupid, can we get some, can we add some fuel to the fire and have it be those two? Just more chaos. That's my vote. If we're going to go the chaotic route. If it was up to me, we'd end the chaos now. But, you know, it's whatever. Uh-oh. Bad news if you're an Austin Hill fan. Speeding to the rear. Tough. So Austin Hill, he was, as I just talked about him 5 minutes ago. I said he had a really quiet day, but he was up there in 6th place. And well, hey, there you go. He had a speeding penalty, so that might ruin his day. But if there's all these cautions and all he has to do is survive, we saw what he did at Martinsville. Take advantage, restart 7th, and win the race at Martinsville with 2 to go. Yeah, Denver. He's going to send it. Well, Taylor Gray, he did talk about how he didn't want to wreck any race cars. He didn't want to, you know, do anything to hurt those at JRM. He knows how hard they work at the cars. But when you're under the helmet and you see the guy who obliterated you for a win, you might just see red like a bull and just buck him out of the way. So, you never know. But if those two end up being, it's going to make for something interesting, something exciting. But let's look at the leaderboard. We're even, okay, so our top 5 is whack. Jesse Love, and then 1, 2, 3. Only 3 cars between them. So Taylor Gray can jump Kvapil. Smith can get ahead of the other 3. Maybe they can get on the same strategy. I mean, I'm getting way too excited for this, and it'll end up being ugly, and I'll probably end up ranting anyways.
Series racing at Rockingham for the first time in 21 years. A packed house, and the fans getting their money's worth. A whole lot going on in this race, and a strategy play is going to shake the lineup as we get ready for a restart inside of 90.
Well, Kasey Kahne's only been wrecked once, so but where is he? He's got to be like 28. He's 28 for now.
The drivers, because the caution always falls just where you can maybe make it, but you might not be able to make it, and depending on how
what a name! Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jamie, what a name, Parker Retzlaff.
Truck race yesterday. We have a lot of guys.
We will forever remember that name because he pushed Harrison Burton to his first win in the Wood Brothers 100th win in that iconic call from Lee Diffie.
That are on this cycle at the front, top 5 have stayed out. We know he's on the
Austin Green P2 on this restart, just like we all expected.
To pit again. We're not sure about Eckes, Retzlaff, Daniel.
All right, let's see if they can keep it green here.
You know what? Our goal, restart on lap 164, 10 laps. Let's go to lap 174 without a caution. 174 is the goal, ladies and gentlemen.
Knowing the situation, knowing some of these cars may potentially be trying to stretch it and make it if we get enough caution laps. I think we've got Kim and
Here
one
we
of the
go.
people trying to make it.
All right, we got a minute.
So let's check in with crew chief Alex Jans. You're calling the shots for Christian Eckes. When you came down with 100 to go, we thought maybe you were just shortening up a final stop, but you didn't come. Is there any way that you guys stretch it until the very end?
Oh, that's the plan. Like we just talked, we kind of made our bed, so we're just going to lay in it at this point. You know, we figured up how many caution laps we needed to make it to the end, and the way the race has kind of played out here, hopefully that plays in our favor.
All right, we'll see what kind of luck they have on their side here this afternoon.
Yeah, I want you guys to keep your eye on Carson.
All right,
The
10 laps,
number one,
174.
3 and 4 on the outside.
That's the goal. Make it to lap 174 without a caution. Come on, guys. I believe in you. Let's go Xfinity Series field. Oh, whoa, no. Oh, my God, they're already wrecking. Okay, they're not wrecking quite, but they almost wrecked.
Shocking that it didn't wreck the whole field right there. Look at the one car, though. Get to his outside. Did exactly what we
Okay.
see Jesse Love do all day long.
So far, so good.
Austin Green on the outside right there. In that
Ryan Sieg has run away with the lead. Eckes up to second. Retzloff up to third. Taylor Gray versus Austin Green for fourth. Just as we all expected this morning.
the one car going to go to the bottom, try to get to the inside.
Oh, he almost made contact there.
Harrison Burton into the top 10, driving the 25.
Oh, Jesse gets to the outside, actually. The one
Let's see if Jesse Love can get away from Quapple here.
behind Austin Green as they go down the front
Sammy
stretch.
Smith only 3 cars away from Taylor Gray.
Pass on the one. This is the best friend to the 16 and the 39 who have gotten out front.
All right,
See the
84 to
two fastest
go.
cars this race stuck in traffic side by side.
Quapple and Love have been so aggressive all day long, and here they are racing for position.
And Jesse Love looks like he's going to clear Carson Quapple there. But he's Quapple's coming back. The Austin Green car is making it a little bit more difficult for Love. He can clear him here. Okay, he's cleared him.
Watch this right here. Carson Quapple, the third car on the outside. Daniel Dye pulls up the block, but it's too late. Like Carson was already there. It was almost a reaction that he saw in his rearview mirror. Look at the speed, though, that Carson's able to carry. Once they get down, the car gets loaded up in the middle of turns
Lap
1 and 2.
171. We're still green. Come on. 3 more laps, Xfinity Field. 3 more laps.
Austin Green here. Jesse Love finally to the inside of him down into turn 1. When Austin's hanging on, great. I mean, to be on those older tires, I think he's done a tremendous job hanging on and just holding on to his track position.
I'm scared to keep looking at the screen down here.
Based on where he is.
The caution's going to happen.
Those other drivers are out in front of him. We're not sure about Ryan Sieg, who leads Christian
Still
Eckes,
green.
who's
Lap
second.
172. That's good. 2 more laps, Xfinity Series Field. Come on.
We'll find out. Could be a dramatic finish when you talk about fuel mileage.
Yeah, and it appears the one car's not quite as good on this set of tires as what.
Yeah, Taj. I mean, but it depends on the fuel. We saw the fuel mileage play a factor yesterday. Everyone started running out.
Just keeps getting higher and higher, but you're
Oh,
not-
Quapple. Wow, way up there.
Where he is right there, actually stepped over the line, got into that dirty part of the
Man,
racetrack.
Quapple's been falling backwards on this restart. He has not had a good few laps here. He was one of the best cars earlier. Oh, man, Zilich just shot through a cannon. Zilich up to 8th. Man.
Connor Zilich, who was 2 laps down in this race. Such a
Wow.
day for the rookie driver out of Mooresville,
What a
North
comeback for him if he's able to pull this off. We made it 10 laps. 10 laps without a caution. Come on. Good job, Xfinity Series Field. Look at that giant chunk of green right here after the short stint, short stint, short stint, short stint, short stint. Big chunk of green. Yummy. Oh, Harrison Burton actually looks like he got into Quapple just a tiny bit.
Little bit of luck right here with the 88 being on the bottom because Carson got checked.
Zilich up to 7th.
Burton got checked up. Sam Mayer as well. All
Man,
those guys
Sieg
were
has
down the
checked out 1.8 ahead.
4 of them in one corner. That felt pretty good. I haven't seen that all day.
Yeah, Denver, it is a
All right,
miracle.
we can take a breath. Brian, I feel
I don't even know if you're talking about Zilich or if you're talking about the Xfinity Field not wrecking, but
take a breath.
either way,
Let's figure out
it's a
what we got.
miracle.
What is our balance right
Oh
now?
no, the Nuggets, they're down by 1 with 1 minute left. Sorry, it's something shiny.
And with all that commotion, it allowed Ryan Sieg here in the lead to get a 1.7-second lead over Eckes, as well as Eckes having a second or so lead over Jesse Love, who's back.
Man, he's almost got it up to 2
Just really let
seconds.
these leaders get away if fuel is a concern. If they're most likely going to need some more caution laps, but they can definitely manage their race cars out here up front.
Look at this for Sieg. Closing on 400 career starts. He's been a runner-up 5 times. He's never been to victory lane. And I go back to something I said yesterday in practice, and that is the next two races we go to, Talladega and Texas, the last time we visited those tracks, he was the runner-up. He knows the heartbreak of finishing second. We've got a long way to go.
Eckes is cut to 1.6. It was almost 2 seconds a minute ago, so Eckes is slowly kind of chunking into it. We'll see, though.
Saving fuel right now. You look at the lap times. He just ran a 24 flat.
But we'll see. I mean, Love, Gray, and then Zilich out of nowhere. We'll see what they can do.
Jesse Love there in that one stage. So right now, Ryan Sieg isn't out saving fuel. He's got almost a 2-second lead. It's almost like catch-22. You want a caution because you need it to make it on fuel, but you don't really want to get all bunched back up either.
A lead this big feels really good.
We haven't seen a lead that big.
Not today
either. Yeah, I mean he is checked out right now.
Here's
and kind of maintaining.
But the other thought is we've had so many cautions today. You got a bunch of cars on the lead lap, 31 cars on the lead lap. So if a caution does come out, I mean,
Kasey Kahne, yeah. Where's
really
Kasey Kahne?
strategy opportunities from here, because if you do make a pit stop,
Kasey
you're just gonna lose a ton of track position.
24th. His last lap was a 24.9.
You know what really makes
Leaders are at a 24.2, so 7/10. Okay. That's somewhat competitive, but I mean, look at Jesse Love at 24.7, so only 2/10 off his teammate, I guess, who's been arguably the best car all day. But yeah, all right, cool.
And you get the feeling, the way this race is played out, if he hadn't had the issue, I mean, we would be talking about him in that mix because he's right there where all those other drivers have been, running up inside the top 5 through most of the day.
Oh, Retzloff is caught up to Eckes. What in the world? Wow.
Parker Retzloff had that right front go down.
All right, Parker.
Now fighting for second place with Christian Eckes. Major rebound for him.
Wow, this is so random. This top 3 is so random. It's quite competitive. All right, Kasey Kahne, go get Jeb Burton Pool. Let's go, Kasey.
Into turn 1. Heck of a battle he's
Hey.
having with all these guys. But there's just been a lot of up and down.
Oh, Jeb.
One
Uh-oh.
of the best cars. Oh, Sieg's around.
10th caution of the day. Ryan Ellis with big damage as well.
Okay,
Again, that's a
sure.
chain reaction.
Why
He's
not?
probably checked
We made
out
it 18 laps. 18 laps before they started wrecking in. Ryan Ellis, Kyle Sieg, and someone else.
Are you relieved? I mean, save.
Every caution lap is enormous, right?
Right. The lead he was able to get just nailed the restart.
Right.
These caution laps are helping a ton. We went on board with Jeb Burton. You heard him shutting off the car earlier. You'll do that to save fuel.
What a fun
You do it
18
with
laps
caution. It also cools down that
of
motor,
peace.
but you'll do it as
So the
aggressively
lap
as possible.
leaders, we
Can't
saw
push
this
around the
yesterday.
track on the caution laps.
The lap leaders yesterday, there was no one that dominated, just led a bunch of laps like Kyle Larson at Bristol or William Byron at, Darlington. We had a wide variety, and the most laps anyone led was like 40-something. That was Corey Heim off of Pit Strategy. So let's see what the lap leaders are today. Ryan Sieg with 22, Jesse Love with 44, Carson Kvapil 47, 52 for Nick Sanchez. That was all like in stage 1. Brandon Jones with 6, Dean Thompson with 11. That's our stage winner as well. So once again, no one's really dominated statistically in terms of laps led, but average running position, Love with a 3.61. That's got to be the best.
I feel like right now, caution coming out with this many laps to go, everyone's okay to stay out. I mean, there's no
Well, you
play
kind of made
here.
your bet.
Yeah,
You're
right
ready
now.
now. Like we know with Sieg and Eckes, I mean, we heard from Christian.
Settle in, ladies and
We're staying
gentlemen.
out right now, so I think we know the
This
plan.
is about to get much more yellowy, like this, after we had this nice little stint here.
And I'm sure he sold at an even higher level than Christian Eckes when they made the play.
Russell Westbrook just hit a 3 to take the lead for the Denver Chicken Nuggets.
Will we get a red flag? We had 2 red flags yesterday. I don't want to see a red flag because that means there was a really hard crash, and I don't want to see a really hard crash. So, no. I'm going to say no. Jamie. But we got our 10th, I think they said 10th caution of the day. I guess I could count up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we got 10 cautions on the day. So exciting. Anyway, it's during a commercial, during a caution. On the left screen, I got the play-by-play for the Clippers and the Nuggets. Nuggets are up 98-96, 18 seconds left to play. I'm very curious to see what happens here. James Harden tied the game. Okay. Cool. That was quick. That was really quick, actually. Yeah, I thought they were going to save it to the last shot, but no, just... It says 6 foot, so it's quick, but if you got it, you got it. Go crazy. Oh, it looks like we're back.
That was a familiar scene, huh? Seeing that car in victory lane anywhere. Your buddy, Matt Kenseth?
This is a great race. Actually, Matt beat Kasey Kahne, just barely beating to the line.
Did Kasey Kahne move up? Oh, let me check.
That was a great time for Kenseth. That year, so fast those guys.
22nd.
I remember watching it.
He's ahead of his average running position.
Yeah.
Austin Green is
But
pitting.
you know what's funny about the deal with Kenseth? So he wins that race in 04, and you talked about him being.
Guess I should
Kasey
check
Kahne.
my
That would've
battery.
been Kasey's
Oh
first
my,
career win.
34%, 19 away from having to plug
To
in.
the end of 2003,
We got
Bill
65
Elliott
to
got
go. I
his
think we're gonna
final
get
career
that low
win.
on the
Both were
battery.
Driving the 9 car.
Play-by-play /
How long did we go yesterday
Yeah. Hey, Austin,
on
great
here?
strategist, comes down and pits here.
Let's see.
But we knew they were going to have to make another pit stop because they were way
Yesterday
behind
we
when
went
you talk about the strategy they were on. But hey,
2
I'll say
hours.
this,
No,
there's
that was
doubt
Monday.
they can go the
Oops.
distance. And
Yesterday we went
it's
2
gonna be
hours,
a situation
43
where he's
minutes,
got some
25
fresh tires.
seconds.
I realize that's not been a big deal for
Today
them,
we
but
have
over the
gone
course of a
over
long
2
haul,
hours.
maybe it makes a difference.
The record on the
Unfortunately,
channel
there's
is like
so many
4
drivers
hours
on
and a
that.
We were
half,
blessed with the
30
weather
minutes
today.
maybe, and they're
I mean,
going to
that
overtime
scene
in
was just
Denver.
Incredible. The crowd, the weather, everything.
That
It's been a
24-hour,
day.
that
Perfect
Rolex
day for
24,
racing.
we went like 4.5 hours or something. That was a channel
What
record.
about the 39 race leader, Dylan?
Yeah, I just climbed up on the box and spoke to Matt Noyce, the crew chief, and he said, I'd like another yellow. I'd love 2 yellows. And the computer says we're good, but I'm not so sure that we are. So either way, it's going to be really close for the 39.
Sorry,
but,
so I'm really
they did
funny
come
as
on
on
the
my
radio
computer.
too
I
just a
gotta
minute
send
ago
it
and
to
said,
someone.
we've made our bets, and now we just got to run this out and hope that it falls our way. So going for his first career win, if they could do it on fuel mileage, it'd be pretty exciting.
He's going for his first career win, and we had a long winless streak come to a close last night in the Craftsman Truck Series race here. Tyler Ankrum, and he pitted with right around 90 laps to go. Not trying to compare because we know everything's different on fuel mileage and all that. But Corey Hines,
I got distracted. I apologize.
he makes a pit stop. Chandler Smith's running top 3. He runs out of gas. And Tyler Ankrum is able to make the play. And for the first time since 2019.
It wasn't that long ago, so I should be able to find it easily. Here we go. 4 hours, 20 minutes, and 2 seconds. That is the record for the longest stream.
But we lost the lap for
And we've gone at least 2 hours here.
before we can
So
complete
let's
that
see if
situation.
that record
One
gets
of the, you know,
beat
the
today.
stresses for the teams and the crew chiefs are, you know, we calculate to make it to the end. But based on what we've seen today,
I feel that,
we've got a good shot
Micah.
of going into overtime, and that's one of
It
the
looks
things we try to
interesting.
factor in is at least one
It looks
overtime
exciting,
restart,
but
and the 39
we got some NASCAR to focus on.
I
Kasey
love the
Kahne
crew
is
chiefs,
racing
like,
today. That's
well, the
more
computer
important
says
than the
we'll make
NBA
it.
playoffs.
I don't believe the computer right now. And what's the point of the computer? Would be my question. Sympathetic to that, absolutely.
I was talking about the fact that Ryan Sieg, he takes the inside lane here. I was talking about the fact that he's finished second at both Talladega.
All right,
and
Ryan
Texas. He did
Sieg.
that last few times we've been there last year.
Christian Eckes on
And
the
it took me
outside.
to
Parker Retzlaff
Iowa, I think it was
P3.
2017,
Jesse Love
and he finished
4th.
second to William
Uh-oh.
Byron.
Look at row
I'm like,
3.
oh, man, Williams gonna win so many
It's
races in his career.
it's Sammy
When's
Smith
Steve
and
gonna
Taylor
win the
Gray.
championship?
What could go
And he
wrong?
lost to Texas right about a year
Oh
ago.
my
It was
goodness.
just heartbreaking. Sam
Surely
never got
nothing
by
happens
that
here.
much.
What an unbelievable finish for all of us who were watching, but definitely just got
All
out of
right.
the groove a little bit. Sam Mayer made a major run.
About
at
to
the final
restart
line,
here.
got beside him. It was that awesome finish there at the end, but a heartbreaking way to lose.
And Adam, something to keep in mind. I mean, he pitted 37 laps ago, but almost half of those have been run under caution. So I think it's playing out into Ryan Sieg's favor right now, the amount of caution laps we've had.
And we factor what, 2 caution laps?
2 to
for every-
1. That
Yeah,
would
2
be
to 1.
safe.
So in that case, they're trying to get to 20. We've been at 15 caution laps, give or take. So they're almost right on their number, what they needed caution lap wise.
Jesse Love goes outside row 2, and he will be the best on the restart of those drivers
On the
that are on
outside.
the plus side.
All right, here we go. Restart time.
Front row, Ryan
How many
Sieg,
laps are we
Christian
going to go? We're
Eckes,
restarting
62
63 to
for
go.
Rockingham.
All right, let's see how many laps we can get clean here.
As they get down into 1 and 2, you see Jesse Love already kind of set
Oh,
that up. What kind of
Eckes,
momentum
is
can
he going to
get
have a run
through
here?
the middle of the corner. Good decision. Gonna be 3
Eckes.
wide
Oh,
right there.
oof.
Look at this
I think he hit the
one.
wall. Love's going to get second now.
Love goes inside
Yep,
Eckes, 2
Jesse Love to second. That's been arguably the best car all day.
Impressive.
I don't think
What
Sieg
Jesse
wanted
Love
to
has
see
been able
that.
to do on the restarts.
Now it's
What a kind of
Eckes
cool
versus
run right
Retzlaff
there.
for
Didn't
third,
have
just
to
as
force
we
the
all
issue.
expected with
I think we
61 to
even saw
go.
that earlier with the 2-car, not forcing it with Carson Quapple Parker.
Eckes got a little bit checked up, which will happen. You're on the outside.
Oh,
they're on a
man, they
restart.
just doored
Sometimes
each
you
other.
get a pressure, tires go
Sammy
up,
Smith
you
looking
get
around the
tight
outside of
right on
Retzlaff.
the exit. That's what happened to Eckes. He checked up. That gave Jesse a massive run down the backstretch.
How about Retzlaff holding tight on the bottom right there? You see he's running third position. Sammy Smith is going to get to his outside as we take another.
Yeah,
look.
Eckes
Eckes
slapped
into
the wall
wall
pretty
right there. You
good.
see that allowed Jesse Love to get that momentum down to
Sammy
the inside. What a
Smith up
battle, though,
to
these guys. They know
fourth.
how important these restarts are.
Well, this is when you take advantage, right? You go establish that track position, and you want to take advantage when you get that green flag on a restart. Jesse Love has been outstanding with that all day long.
And Retzlaff is like trapped on the bottom right now. As you see, all these guys are able to carry the momentum around the bottom. And I feel like the track has kind of changed as the day's gone on. Like there's been times that you're like, well, the bottom's the favorite, and right now it just seems like that outside groove has found a little bit of momentum, or the 4-car struggling a little more on the bottom.
I mean, started a really warm day, but as Kim, who's out in the elements, told us on the break earlier, it's getting a little cooler out there. The track grip is going up. That lends it to the bottom being a little bit more competitive at times, but definitely that grip level up. Everyone's had the chance to work on the race cars.
Sieg's not pulling away. I mean, when he was pulling away when he had, Eckes and Retzlaff fighting for second or whatever it was, and he got almost a 2-second lead. But Jesse Love only a quarter second behind, and once again, that's arguably been the best car. He's had the fastest lap of the race the entire day. So
We've kind of documented Justin's day all day long. It's been a battle, right? They did those 2 tires in stage 1, had the bad restart.
Harrison Burton up there fighting for a spot in the
He's got a
top
streak
10.
on the line. Top 5 in 6 consecutive races, and going for the dash for cash as he races Taylor Gray for 8th. He's second in line for the dash
Love's
for cash.
closing in.
His
Once
team
again,
has
he's
got
just
that
slowly
position
closing
right now.
in.
Sammy Smith is 4th. Left of your screen, battle for the lead. Ryan Sieg, he's got it, but Jesse Love close him down.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Sieg's lap times, I know that he got up there through some strategy and track position.
All right,
Don't
let's
count
see.
the 39 out. His lap times are as good as anybody, and they continue to get faster as the
Currently,
track
Gray
goes
and
down. The
Quapple are
balance of that
fighting for
car
what is that,
where he
9th?
leads. It's not going to be easy for Jesse Love.
He's going to have to hold off the
Oh, yeah, look at that. Sieg's actually pulled a little bit of a gap, half a second. Good for him.
Quapple and Taylor Gray get together down the front stretch into 1.
Allgaier got by. Now Quapple gets by Taylor Gray.
Oh, you see Taylor's going to get a little bit of momentum back on the 1 car, going to get to his inside.
55 to go. We made it 8 laps without a caution. That's good. Good job, Xfinity Series field.
Odd angle for both the bottom and the top, and I think it makes it even more of a challenge as we take a look again at the 54 and the 1. It's just a weird angle getting down into that. And they're going so fast now.
And it's exactly what you were saying. You know, the 54 and the 1 were almost going at the corner at different angles as they were trying to get into it because it does.
Is that Alfredo? Look at Anthony Alfredo up in 13th. Good for him.
Slowing down, start turning, and then release the throttle.
Look at the drivers here racing for 13th. Saw it just a second ago.
Is that Kasey Kahne? What's Kasey Kahne at?
And Nick Sanchez. On board Jeb Burton.
He's still in 23rd.
Celsius
All
onboard
right.
camera.
You see how steady Jeb Burton's wheel is as he gets down in the corner. That tells me that thing's tight. You know, you get down in the corner, and Parker, I would tell you, I would rather have a little
50
bit of a
laps.
tight car.
We're not even counting. We're not even just counting down to the end of the race. We're counting down laps till the white flag.
It feels like the 5th or 6th time today watching him come back to the field. They pitted, put 4 tires on this car, trying to work his way back through. Big points day for Jeb. Earned 15 points in the stages most of the day, if anyone.
Well, and for a driver that came in right around that cut line, even though we're early in the season, you have to take advantage, and they have done just that.
Sam Mayer having a quiet day. I know we've mentioned his name a couple of times, but they started the weekend off with these power steering issues. They were able to get those fixed. Kim, do you have something else on Sam Mayer?
Yeah, as we talk about Sam Mayer currently running in the 6th position, they're finally getting pointed back in the right direction after back-to-back finishes outside the top 10 for the first time this season. And you mentioned those power steering issues in practice. Despite that, Sam had a lot of confidence.
See, up to 9/10 of a second lead. I'm curious, once again, after yesterday, like if this was to set sail to the end of the race, like usually you'd be like, oh, they can make it on fuel. But after yesterday, there were a lot of guys who thought they were going to make it on fuel, and they ended up being 4 or 5 laps short. So I'm curious. Once again, I'm just curious to see who can make it to the end on fuel. Because yesterday we were for a few guys, we were way off. When we thought they were way good to go, they were 4 or 5 laps short, you know?
We just need to get this thing going, get our season righted a little bit. So we're going to be willing to make some moves if we have to, some strategy decisions to get track position. He started 27th and is inside the top 15 now.
Let's go back inside the top 10. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Kim. Racing.
We got 3 JRM cars fighting each other. Zilich, Allgaier, and Quapple.
Zilich has just been amazing. Average running position for him today, 19.5. But here he is with an
actually?
opportunity to finish top 10.
Well,
Oh, yeah, it sure is.
He's had 2 flat tires and his car still looks
Well, I mean, our leader's average running position is a 16.64,
We've written him off today.
and he's led for 45 laps.
Well, okay.
Good grief.
Parker's never wrong.
Never ever. This last part, now that you learned it, it's good.
I want to go back and we heard the Sam Mayer fuel mileage that they're 5 laps short.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a Ford. The car leading right
Yeah, I mean, once again, Denver, like yesterday, after what happened yesterday, I'm not quite ready to declare this thing or, you know, kind of say, hey, should be good, because yesterday we thought people were going to be good, and they weren't good.
Great point, Jamie, because if you look back to the last 2 years, it was a great point. Yeah, no, you actually know some things, too. Because if you look back the last 2 years, when we've had fuel mileage races in the Xfinity Series, sometimes the Fords have been the first to have to pit. They haven't made it as far, which is historically
Interesting point from Parker Kligerman. He said historically in the Xfinity Series, when there's a fuel mileage race, it's the Fords that have to pit first. So, and our leader of the race is a Ford. So, I'm curious to see if that plays a factor. But 44 to go.
He's now in the front, and he's running as good a lap times as anybody. I mentioned even a little quicker than Jesse Love a lot of laps. That burns
He's
more
pulled it. Oh, actually, Love has cut in a little bit. It's down to 7/10. Sieg pulled it out to about a second, but
even if you can't win, you still need to get the best finish that you can get.
here we go.
Look at this top 6. As you look at the bumper there, all different teams, right? You got a little RSS racing, a little RCR, a little Colleague, a little Junior Motorsports, Parker Retzloff driving for Tommy Joe Martin, Sam Mayer, Haas Factory team. I mean, you talk about parity at the front of the field. We have got it today.
It's really mixed up, and Carson Quapple is in a mix-up right here because he's been hanging on for the last couple laps. This car has been all over the place. I think there's a mix of running in dirty air after having a lot of clean air earlier in most of this race, and also probably a little
Jones.
frustration
Oh,
as
my
Brandon
goodness.
Jones looks to the outside. That's tight,
Almost at the wall there.
but he's definitely hanging on right now.
Yeah, and what's frustrating about that is he's been a contender to win, right? He had a great car in practice yesterday. He's been a contender really to win this race the whole time long. Now here you are, and you're most likely.
I think you're going to lose a lap no matter when you pit.
Where it needs to be. It's almost the opposite of his teammate Connor Zilich, who's kind of been behind all day long. Now he's on his last set of tires, and his car's as good as it's been all day long. And I'll tell you what, though, Carson, giving it 100% every single lap as he's
Wheeling it right now. Every time I see that car, it's wiggling around, whether it's the entry, the exit, the corner. It's all over the place.
And Jesse Love's got it back down to a half second. But as we've seen earlier today, you can get there, but it's kind of hard to pass. So we'll see if Love's able to get within a competitive range, make things interesting, like get on Ryan Sieg. Can he make the pass? How quickly can he make that pass? But it's down to 5/10, half a second, it looks like here. 40 to go, 39 to go now. And then lap traffic. How does lap traffic play a factor in this thing? But oh man, big run for Love there. 0.3 of a second.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Are we about to go to commercial? We are about to go to commercial. So we're going to commercial. 3 times today we have had a caution happen under commercial. So will that happen again? Probably. If not, it will be a lead change. That's my guess. And we're not quite committing to commercial. Oh, I guess we're not doing commercial. All right. Cool. They opted out of the commercial when they saw the battle for the lead heating up. Good for you, the CW. Good for you.
Ryan Sieg trying to win for the first time in his career. Jesse Love 2 wins, and he likes to get it done at these tracks where history is a big deal. Earlier this year at Daytona, last year his first career win.
Jesse Love's just closing in.
Maybe putting himself in
we'll see what he does in terms of the passing and all that.
How about the 2, Dylan?
And they've actually been a little bit loose the last couple of runs, but Danny Stockman, the crew chief, said it'll come to you, and think it is as he starts to reel in the 39 car for the lead. Also, they are 7 laps short on fuel. They hit it on lap 160. Sieg hit it on lap 150. So do the math there. I think it's going to be tough for the 39, but tough for the two also to make it to the end.
They just said Jesse Love is 7 laps short. And Sieg pitted 10 laps earlier, so he's 17 laps short. He's only got 20 more laps.
He's 10 laps shorter than what you are on fuel.
Okay, well that's definitely spicing things up here. I know we had a lot of okay, coming back over here. We had a lot of caution laps in here that saved some fuel, but man, 7 and 17. That's you're committed at this point though, because if you pit, you're going a lap down. There's only 35 to go. You're not getting that back, so you're committed at this point. You almost need a caution. But Jesse Love's right there. Oh boy.
Yeah, working him over. You see, seems like Jesse feels pretty good running the middle to the outside of 3 and 4, but he's not generating the run. The one thing we've seen
33 to go. Jesse Love's still just right there. Just can't quite get by him. Can't quite get the run to make a. Oh! Here he goes. Here he goes. He's right on the bumper. Oh, Sieg is blocking. Oh.
Gives him plenty of room. Good decision right there by Ryan.
They're side by side. Sieg might have a run though down the front stretch. Oh no, Love inside. Oh my goodness. This is good stuff. Sieg's able to keep the momentum around the top. Ryan Sieg's holding on. He's playing good defense here.
Hold him off using the outside. Really strong by Ryan Sieg.
So what I want to know if I'm the 39.
Man. All right. Good for you, Ryan Sieg. Good defense. Good stuff from him here.
And then I'm going to crowd him. Like you said, I'm going to pinch him off, try to get that car loose, but it just looks to me like the 2 car is quite a bit better right now.
Yeah, if he gets to the right rear of Ryan Sieg.
I mean, that's the thing, is that these two are racing each other so hard, but they also both have to save a lot of fuel.
2 things that impress me.
So if you're Eckes in third, I feel like they should be telling Eckes, hey man, these 2 guys ahead of you are short on fuel and they're racing the crap out of each other. Save, 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 save. They're going to run out. Don't be the guy to run out. Or even a Sammy Smith, a Justin Allgaier.
The fuel mileage situation. We're not sure 100% who can make it and who can't. But the reality is when you look at the top 2, we know that the Jesse
Save Eckes. Dude, just... You've got 3 seconds back to Sammy Smith.
And the 16 of
Save.
Eckes, we know they are going after it. He's third right now, Kim. What's their fuel situation?
Yeah, remember Alex Johnson, crew chief, was one of the first ones to say we were going to try and make it to the end. And you've heard Dylan talk about both Ryan Sieg and Jesse Love being unsure and being maybe a little bit actually certain that they're going to be short unless we see another caution. That is not the case for the 16
Wow. So Eckes is good to go.
Savings that he's done to be able to garner that, or maybe they're just using a different calculator, but they have given their driver the
Eckes pitted on the same lap as Sieg, and Sieg is supposedly 15, 17 laps short.
Is a lot to make up, and the engines in that 2 car and the 16 come from the same camp. So
I don't
it's not gonna be
know.
that much you can
Congratulations,
do.
Denver. You beat the Clippers. The Nuggets win game 1.
Based on lap time.
But,
As I look at their lap time,
oh,
Parker,
man.
very similar. So either
I don't know, man. I don't know if they can make it. And Eckes in third, who pitted on the same lap as Sieg, there's no way, man. And does Love eventually move him out of the way, or does he just wait for him to run out of fuel? Because if you're too close, when he runs out of fuel, you're going to wreck. You're going to wreck him, and you're going to wreck yourself.
He's doing a great job. He's kind of mirror driving, is what I would say.
So 25 to go, so we're about 8 laps away from when Sieg is supposedly going to run out of gas.
Tremendous point. The maturity.
I mean, seriously, if you're Eckes, just save fuel, man.
Not just right
There's
now,
no point in pushing. You're such a 2-second gap to Smith. Just save.
Again, you see lap cars
But
right
here
under
comes
the
Love
track.
to the inside.
20 has brought the 2 back into this.
24 laps to go, and here comes Jesse Love looking the inside again.
He's not going to get there. Just that run on the top is too big.
Get it down there and make it happen.
No, and as we get closer to the end, we're going
Oh,
have
you
to
got to
figure
be
out
kidding
this.
me.
Ooh, as you see Love get loose right there.
And we get a caution. Our 11th
That was going to
yellow
be
of
so
the day.
exciting
Blaine
to get a
Perkins
run
in
to the
31.
finish, a fuel mileage
Save
finish,
me all
but
the fuel
no.
you can.
Save.
Yeah.
Potentially be a right front for Blaine there.
Hopefully Blaine
It is a right
Perkins is
front. He
okay,
had to
but
go
that
down on the
I
inside to turn
prefer that
3.
caution to not happen.
We've seen that a couple times today, some right front issues.
Well, that changes everything. We may not have a fuel mileage race now, because everyone's going to get to save under this caution, and some people are going to pit.
Take a look at the bright blue car. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a horrible feeling.
those safer barriers make such a huge difference. You saw the wall deflect a little bit there. So fast at this racetrack, and you just, those tires always tend to blow at the,
That's
the
a little
highest load
frustrating.
in the worst possible place they can.
I was really looking forward to seeing how that played out.
We got 27
Naturally.
cars now on the lead lap.
How much stress do
A
you think
great
there is in
time
that
to
39
check the
pit box
computer
right
battery,
Tell you what,
ladies
I'm
and gentlemen.
stressed. And I would say-
24%. We got
I would say
9%.
it's a good
Speaking of,
news
we're doing our own
situation.
fuel saving here with the computer battery. Once it gets to 15%, that's when we got to plug it in, because I don't want to overpower it, because it's got this pulled up, it's streaming over here, I got my analytics, I got the race being streamed, like we got streaming and streamed, showing this. So I don't want to overpower and like accidentally murder the stream, you know?
It puts you in a major vulnerable position.
Who stays out and who pits? Dude, I got no idea, Taj. No earthly idea.
Late race restart like this.
Wish I could tell you.
That inside car has a ton of leverage to give the hip check through the center of 1 and 2 and take advantage of that. So if I'm Ryan Sieg, the choice is easy. It's the bottom.
You're just in control of your destiny, just a little bit more than being on the inside. But the two
I mean,
have been
if you're-
really good
let's
for
go
one
through
or
the
two
order.
corners on the outside.
So if you're like the top 10, maybe you hope some crazy things happen, some guys run out of fuel or wreck each other. So I think the top 10 stay out for sure. But if you're Austin Hill, who already has some wins in the bag, why not go and pit and try to do something different? Carson Quapple,
You know, and what's interesting to me, Parker, is I watch these guys kind of
Kasey Kahne in 20th.
Like when you shut the engine off, there's no
Okay, so here we go. Retzlaff, Zilich, Quapple, Harrison Burton, Nick Sanchez.
You know, my thought was
Can't tell who that is. Josh Williams, Brendan Poole. Oh, it's Anthony Alfredo. Okay, so we got a good chunk of cars on pit road. So what do tires mean? I mean, we've been on these tires a long time. So what's this going to mean? And all these cars have fuel now to make it to the end.
A couple cars, you see how tight it is on pit road there as these guys pull in and out of the pit boxes. Parker
This
Retzlaff
truly
had
changes
no
everything.
Tires on. They also had pitted on lap 150, which is the same as Ryan Sieg. So just a little insurance here to make sure that they do not run out of fuel. Zilich had pitted on, I believe, lap 160. He did on lap 160. So they'll come down and put tires on too as well and just try and
All right,
salvage
let's
what has
see.
been a very up and down day for them.
And you mentioned it, Jamie. Sometimes you do your numbers looking at a green white checker possibility. What if we get multiple?
Nice.
Checkers? And we absolutely could today. That would make these cars in a great position in that case.
A little bit of contact right here with Nick Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, the 48 hit the 91 in pit road.
It doesn't like there was any damage right there. The composite bodies have been a game changer in all of this. So you have that contact and it pops right back out.
That might be the lightest contact we've seen on pit road today.
So.
Contact.
Let's talk Dash for Cash for a minute here. And you look at the drivers
I forgot about Dash for Cash again.
That have a chance to get it done.
Sammy Smith, Justin Allgaier.
Sammy Smith, Justin Allgaier.
Who else is in it? Brandon Jones and Carson Kwapel. Okay, so we got 4th, 5th, 6th, and 16th for the Dash for Cash.
Go for them in regard to fuel mileage. Carson Kwapel makes the pit stop. He's going to restart right around 15th after we do the choose, but he knows he's good to go. And he's
20
got
to go.
fresh tires, so and hey, we know how quickly things
Under
can go away
caution.
on a restart here, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you get shoved out, you're on the older tires, and it can go bad in a hurry.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, if I'm Ryan Sieg, I am telling NASCAR about all the debris I see on the track, that I might need a little sweep here, a little cleanup. I'm going to buy all the caution laps that I can get right here on this caution.
And if you're Christian Eckes and you talk to Alex Jones right now, based on where they've been on fuel mileage, you get this caution, he's probably saying, we're good for 4 overtimes.
Yeah,
now.
don't worry about it.
He's been saying all day how good they are.
They'll be running again next week on the same fuel load.
These are the days that age crew chiefs and family members, though. As a driver, you have a little bit to worry about, but I always feel like it's the crew chiefs, it's everybody else in the pit box, it's everybody that knows the whole picture, not what you've been sold inside the car, but everything else that's going on. And I think for us, you see Sieg takes the inside right here on the choose.
All right, here we go.
We're pulling for Sieg. You want to see somebody get their first win, especially as
Ryan
close as he came
Sieg
last
picks the
year. It's
bottom,
such a
Jesse Love the
great
top, and
story
that's
with
where
the
they've both
family
been
on
great
team and
all
what they've been
day.
able to do, and he's done a
Sieg's been great
tremendous
taking
job
off on the
for
bottom,
them.
but Jesse Love's done a great job of rolling the top and just kind of launching around everyone. So,
I feel like it's falling apart, so I'm not.
You might have a tough
I've moved
time
on
here.
to a different story.
I'm going to tell you this was
all right, man, here we go.
the fact it's a family-owned team. They did move their operation, the 39 did, to North Carolina this year.
It's going to be
Worked through
18 to
their
go.
lines With the Haas factory team.
Ryan Sieg, he has finished second 5 times in 376 races.
He is involved in every aspect of what they're doing week to week to make
Jamie,
this
I would
operation
bet
go.
not.
Here's Dylan.
I would bet not.
Just real quick, guys, a fuel update on the 2 for Jesse Love. Just spoke with the team. They said we are good. So it
Jesse
should be,
Love's good to go to the
wide
end.
Open here to the end for the 2 car. No concerns.
All right.
Going to be 18 laps to go.
Restart
We're gonna get the
time.
Restart. Front row, Ryan Sieg, Jesse Love. Row 2, Sammy Smith, Christian Eckes.
So
And right
nervous. I don't know what
behind
to
them, the
do.
drivers that have been
It's
so
exciting,
hot lately,
though.
Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones.
One other thing I want to know, if I'm Sammy Smith starting behind Ryan Sieg, is that he's 10 laps different on fuel. Be aware that he could run out. You just never know.
All right, Ryan
Restart
Sieg.
gonna be enormous.
He
Here we
got a
go,
decent
one more
launch.
time at Rockingham. And the 39 Orion Sieg
Really
with
good
a
launch,
jump at the
actually.
line.
He's going to need Sammy Smith and Jesse Love to start battling for second, but Love's already clear for second.
Hurt Eckes as well. Sammy Smith is going to slot into third.
Yeah, what a restart by Ryan
Good
Sieg.
job,
Being able
Ryan
to
Sieg.
Not have to race Jesse Love through turns 1 and 2 on the outside. That's been his strength really all race long. And his
Man, but Love's going to be all over him. He knows he's good on
than he was
fuel.
earlier. But look at the run that it looks like the 2 car has going down into turns 1 and 2. Going to try to get back to his outside here.
Hey, big restart for Sammy
I
Smith.
mean, he's played great defense so far, but at some point, Jesse Love might just,
He's never won
I don't know,
the 100,000
move him or something. We'll see.
Jesse Love is there for the race lead.
Oh, and Sieg, you see, moves
Great
right
job.
up, just trying to get dirty air on the 2 car. Sieg's doing a tremendous job of putting his car where it needs to be. Not necessarily what makes the fastest lap time. For
Let's see
Ryan
what Love
Sieg,
can do
but
here.
what's going to keep that 2 car behind him.
And that is such a skill. When you watch that at home, you're thinking, how hard can that be? It's incredibly hard to drive the fastest lap you can and react to a car behind you, what they are doing to try and counter and put that dirty air on.
Oh, Love's going to get under him here. No.
He's going to get to his inside, but we've seen
Oh,
that
my God, he almost hit him.
Love is on the inside. We've seen this the last
There's
time.
some. Oh, come on, man.
And the question is,
Oh.
when did the caution
We were having a
come
great
out?
battle for the
And
lead. They were
really,
side by side, and what
nobody
has to
as far as who
happen?
was leading
A
this race
caution.
When we got the yellow, Love was right there.
I don't know
And
who was
then
leading, though. I
would
think
say
it was
the
Jesse
2 car will
Love.
be in control.
Let's see
We'll go
here.
back and look at the
Well,
replay.
this says
But
Ryan
everything's timed
Sieg,
up.
so.
Daniel Dye, the one that had the issue.
Well, if I'm the 39, I'm fighting it.
No, Kasey Kahne was in it.
Right here.
Oh, and Sieg is going to be the leader.
Yeah, we just got word from NASCAR. Ryan Sieg will be the race leader.
So that caution falls at the perfect time for Ryan Sieg because it gets him the lead back, but it also is going to buy him a couple more laps of caution, hopefully to make it on fuel.
Well,
that's huge. When those calls go your way, it's a great feeling at times when it's a real tight one like that as to where you were when the caution actually came out. What line had you triggered in the loops?
let's see.
This happened back in turn
Why
3.
they're wrecking for last, and Kasey Kahne got involved.
All come together in the outside wall.
Or Kasey twice, just kind of innocent bystander.
Got a little ugly there.
Just stay out of the way.
It sucks for Kasey
Caught up in
Kahne.
another mess.
Well, down to 20% battery.
Dale Dye had an issue there out of turn 2. Got a little
You know what?
sideways,
Let's
and
just
then
do this
I think
early.
they were basically 3 wide into turn 3. He got tagged in the left rear.
Plug this sucker
Talk
in.
about the fact that the Pinehurst Resort is
All
only
right.
20 miles away. Daniel Dye goes over there.
It's not
a
charging.
lot because he loves the golf.
That's a problem.
He might need a nice walk on the golf course.
Battery's
after
not
this
charging.
day. He
Well,
got
dang
beat
it,
up a lot.
charge.
Can he take Kasey Kahne with him and help
Yeah,
out too?
exactly.
So Sieg's had
Hello.
22 caution laps since pitting on lap 150. That, I mean, to me, that is getting him really close to being in a good position to being able to make it all the way to the end.
Well, our Matt told us we suspected they needed about 20 laps. That's
Charge?
2 more to the good.
No.
Yeah, what he doesn't want to see is this go into multiple overtime finishes because that's going to be a huge challenge. He also needs to have another
Maybe I need to
restart
give
like
it a
he did
minute.
last time. And I'm going to say Jesse Love is going to have learned what he did last time. Try not to do that again. Try to time it out. If you're Sieg, it's changing it up. If you went early,
Will
in
it
the
not
box,
let
you're
me
gonna go
charge
late.
when
If
there's
you
this
went
much
late,
going
you're gonna go
on,
early.
or-
Just do whatever you can to try to shake that outside lane up.
And with 12 cautions today,
No,
there's
it
been
is.
plenty
It's
of
plugged in.
opportunity to play games on the restart.
There has.
I'm looking at the dash for
Maybe I need to
Cash,
flip it
too.
upside down.
You know, Sammy Smith in that
Let's try this.
position right now, but all guy are in the top 5 prior to the choose, and Brandon Jones. And don't forget, as you look at our bumper back there in 16th,
Let's try that.
you've got Carson Quapple, but the reality is he's on fresher tires.
And he has
so
more fuel.
And he has more fuel, right.
You never know.
I mean, fuel's becoming less and less of an issue, but... So now we're going to go
Is there
back.
like an
We told you
override?
39 is leading.
Battery settings. All right, let's try this.
And
battery
see
health.
See the start-finish line. Watch the yellow light.
Wow, look how close that is right there. The 39 just barely being ahead as you see that caution light come on. Great job by us to catch that and be able to show it to you.
Options.
And that's the other important part.
It says it's charging.
The
What?
L7 there is to the start-finish line. Most likely what they were triggering at that time right there. But Ryan Sieg had the nose ahead of the 2 of Jesse Love. That puts him back in the lead. It's nice when this go your way. I just love it's always sometimes it always feels like they don't go your way.
Right, they go against you
Okay.
way more than they ever go with you. So yeah, good for him.
So 12 cautions today. The most we've had in a race this year was Martinsville.
All right, now it's showing it's charging. Okay, thank God. I just had to click a couple things. We're good though.
Yes, but we're
All
at
right.
that stage of the day when something could happen. I mean, we're kind of promoting it again, you know?
It could get.
It's
ugly
going to be a
right
short
here,
shootout.
but all those are
If they're
down
choosing
to
here, it'll be 10
one
to
of the last
go.
restarts. Dylan, do you have something else on Sieg?
Yeah, and so this just kind of speaks to the competition level of the Xfinity Series and sort of the David versus Goliath mentality that sometimes exists here. This is a smaller team with Ryan Sieg, right? And I just spoke to Matt Noyce, the crew chief on the right side of the screen, and in the heat of battle, he was pretty honest with me. He said, look, the computer says we're good,
What?
but I don't know for sure
Oh.
if we are. He might be out.
Is
So
he
I was
out?
just getting ready to say,
No!
I couldn't be sure,
Oh,
and I
that
think he did
sucks.
just run out.
And he's got to refire, but does he?
Yeah,
do they
but-
take a
Oh,
position where he can
that
hold his pace?
sucks, man.
Maintain speed under caution.
I think Ryan Sieg just ran out of gas or something, and he was leading, and he doesn't get to take it back.
Under caution, they're most likely going to have to come in and put fuel anyway. There's not
Right,
enough.
yeah.
Damn,
No,
that
if there's 2
sucks.
laps left, it's
Yeah,
one thing.
right.
With 11 to go, no way.
And a big key here in an Xfinity Series car
Wow.
is where that pickup is the right side of the fuel cell. So when they're going
That
over the
really
bridge
sucks
here,
for him. He's
it's
come
key
so
to keep
close
that
so
fuel
many
cell
times.
packed with fuel. Don't let an air bubble get in there. We see this often
As
in
they
Xfinity
said,
races to get tight with fuel. Sieg struggled
That
once
Ford,
again
the
because
Fords,
going
for
here,
some reason, in the
most likely
Xfinity
has to
Series,
take
right?
the
Yeah,
first.
he's out. He's
Jesse
done.
Love, similar situation on fuel.
What was I saying?
He's
I mean,
gonna
it's
have
only
to keep
10
it
laps
packed.
difference. We have 11 laps to go. Like, is there a possibility some of these other guys could run out?
And
Well, but
especially
McMurray
the
brings
restarts,
up a
the
great
worst part
point.
For these Xfinity Series cars, where they get an air bubble in that fuel line, and the car will completely die on the restart. So you'll see Jesse Love most likely do big sweeps to keep that fuel in the right side of the field.
Adam was just selling the restarts, and now we're talking about.
Oh,
people
boy.
running out. There's no
I mean, if
telling
Sieg
what
is
we can
out,
see.
just
But
go ahead and
Eckes
pit
is
it.
on
Like,
that
you're already back
cycle,
to
right, is
7th,
the
9th
39
here.
Ryan
Like,
Sieg.
just go ahead and
He's
pit.
restarting in that outside lane. If I'm the spotter for Justin
Oh,
Allgaier, I'm
no
saying
kidding.
watch the 16
attention.
because he's got to be tight on fuel here.
Oh, boy.
Front row, restart.
They're
coming with
restarting.
10 to go. Jesse Love outside
I
of
just think
Sammy
he's
Smith.
out. If he's out.
Jesse gets all the good ones.
16 starting.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Everyone's running out of gas. And we got to pile up.
Talked about.
Yeah, that's not pretty. Oh, good God.
And we see it
It's just
all
like
in
Nashville last
these
year.
races.
Just like
The way these
Nashville.
fuel
Everyone
cells
runs
are
out of
running,
fuel,
fuel
and,
pumps,
oh,
where
Allgaier.
the car will be running fine until you
Ooh,
give it that
Sanchez,
throttle, and it will
stage
completely
1
die
winner.
if you've got an air pocket in that fuel
Yeah, we
line.
might need a red flag for this
And
one.
it's really tough to keep it filled with the banking angle that you have
Ooh.
here. We talked about how high that banking
Yeah.
is in 3 and 4 and how steep it is. It's really tough as you're coming to green to keep the fuel in that fuel line.
That's,
Most likely it's what happened in
that's
16
not
there.
pretty.
You saw sort of the car die as you got to the restart zone, and that checked
Well-
everyone up behind him and caused a large wreck.
Allgaier eligible for the dash for cash. Saw all the damage on
Hey.
7.
You remember that chaos I predicted earlier, or not, that chaos simulation that I said could happen? Look at 2nd and look at 4th. You never know. You never
was
know.
the one we thought might be able to take advantage, but he too got spun out on that restart.
Yeah, everyone got
Sanchez
involved
done for
except
the
for like the
day.
top 5 there.
He had a productive start to the
Eckes was the
afternoon.
one who started it all when he ran out.
Doesn't really have as much damage. And if
So
you
let's see
watch
here.
this, watch Brandon.
Eckes
Jones.
runs out. He gets rear-ended by Allgaier, and then Jones spins into Sieg, and then that just collects everyone else.
Up into that
1,
outside
2, 3,
lane.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10 cars involved here.
And you
1,
see the
2,
16 just
3,
doesn't go
4,
at
5,
all. And
6.
that packs up the whole field
7,
behind him. You see Christian Eckes'
8,
hands moving back and forth, trying to wiggle that car and hold
9,
on at the same time, trying to get it going.
10,
It
11,
just didn't go.
12.
You see
I
Carson
counted
Quapple,
12.
talking
They
about
made
him
some sort of
and the fact
contact
they're
or
on the positive
went
side of it.
sideways.
And you look at
12
fuel
involved,
tires,
at
he
least.
almost was able to shoot through there, just clipped by Allgaier. Here he comes right here, middle of your straight on, boom, right there, and he loses control and some damage on the right side.
I don't know that the
Oh, we got a red flag.
tremendous amount of
Lovely.
damage, but he is probably gonna have to pit and come take a look at that. You know, see what
Put some
body
new tires
damage.
on.
Yeah, put
Flat
put
spot
some
those.
tires on.
9 cars involved in the crash.
9? What?
And ironically,
I
Ryan
swear I
Sieg
counted
was one
12.
of them. He elected to stay out, even though we knew they were dealing
got
with the
caught up
fuel
in the wreck.
problem.
Look at the sun also in the driver's eyes, makes it incredibly tough to see.
Good job by Jeb Burton to avoid all that.
That's a good feeling when you do make it through that. Jeff
So
Burton,
let's do a quick
being on the inside is able to clear those guys.
rundown of this order. Jesse Love has had arguably the best car all day. He's led 48 laps. Ryan Sieg has led the most laps, I believe. But Jesse Love, arguably the best car, he leads. We got Sammy Smith in 2nd, Sam Mayer 3rd. Kind of snuck up on me, not going to lie. Taylor Gray's been up there for a good chunk of the day. Austin Hill's now in 5th. Hey, remember what happened at Martinsville. Austin Hill restarted 7th and ended up winning. He's had a really quiet day, 12.93. He just had a penalty with less than 100 to go and had to start at the back of the field. Well, look at this. He's up in 5th. Jeb Burton, Parker Retzloff, Harrison Burton. What a 5th through 8th here, or 6th through 8th. Zilich, he was 2 laps down at one point. Christian Eckes, that's not going to stand. He was involved in that wreck. 11th place, Josh Williams. Brennan Poole. Remember last time we had a chaotic race? Brennan Poole ended up getting a top 5 finish. Ryan Sieg was involved in that crash. Matt DiBenedetto, Jeremy Clements, Carson Quapple, he was just involved in that crash. 70 was involved. The 42, I can't remember. Dean Thompson, our stage 2 winner. Chris Wright, he got a top 10 at Martinsville. Remember that? Josh Bilicki, Kasey Kahne was involved in a separate incident. Well, technically multiple incidents. Patrick Emmerling, Daniel Dye, Justin Allgaier was just involved in that. Austin Green, Brandon Jones was just involved in that. Kyle Sieg, Nick Sanchez was just involved in that. And then we got all our guys who have already wrecked. So, yeah. There you go. There's a very quick rundown of the leaderboard. Go Buttons. I know it's a typo, Rick Richards, but I just thought it was really funny. So, yeah, this race has been really chaotic. I mean, just look at this. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cautions. I guess it tells me up here. I did all that counting for nothing, and it just tells me right here, but I'm too dumb to see that. 73 caution laps. I'm going to say something. I think we spend too many laps under caution at the end of stage. To be real, there shouldn't be cautions at the end of stages if you're asking me, but I think we spend too many laps after stages. Like, look at how many laps we spent here versus how many laps we spent here, here, here. Like, these are pretty consistent. These are within the same range. This is like double of these. Like, look how long the stage caution is. Look how long a normal caution is. Like, why are we spending so much time at the end of stage under caution? Can someone explain that to me in a logistical area? Am I just dumb and... I don't know. Anywho. Looks like we're back under caution, so that's good. Oh, we're back on TV too. Cool.
21 years since the last Xfinity race here, and the fans have shown out for what has been a spectacular day.
Bandstand just as packed. Yeah,
You know what?
I like that.
They're getting their money's worth.
Yeah.
Now. They're
Hey, speaking
enjoying
of
what
which,
we're seeing.
Carson Hocevar got his truck out here at Rockingham. Bought that on Facebook Marketplace, by the way. Let us all know on social media.
I don't know about that, Parker.
I love that, man. What a ride.
I think I'll let you
He's
have
got
that.
the Dale Earnhardt Jr. shirt with the Dale Earnhardt Sr. truck.
You had
That's
an
a look.
Earnhardt-
I had an Earnhardt shirt on earlier today.
A schmedium at that.
That's a throwback.
No, it wasn't a medium. It was a small. Actually.
All right.
All right, the cars have refired. Let's go to Dylan.
And let's try and catch up with Danny Stockman here real quick on the 2-car as the crew chief. Okay, just wanted real quick. You guys are good on fuel, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're about 13 laps to the good, but as
Wow.
it keeps going, you just never
13
know,
to
and you
go
gotta keep
to the good. Wow, that's a
so steep that you got to keep the box and the fuel cell filled, and there's
That's
just a
very
lot
to the
unknowns.
good.
Our car's been as fast as Xfinity Internet all day, and
Of course, as
the guys
fast as
have done an
Xfinity
amazing
Internet.
job. Pit road's so narrow. We've had some pit road issues, but other than that, the car's just been really strong all day, and Jesse and the guys have done an amazing job.
How impressed have you been with your driver's maturity and how he's handled all this today?
Well, just the aggression that you see him on the restarts and how he's maneuvering through traffic has just been pretty awesome to watch. So I think it's been awesome for the fans to watch, and it's just awesome to be able to come back to Rockingham and be able to race in front
a
of all these
report
amazing
card
fans.
video.
Car's looking good out front.
I don't know. Maybe Jamie, maybe not.
Agree with Danny on everything he said.
We might talk about it on Monday. We're going to do a semi Monday after. We're doing our Talladega picks on Monday for sure. But I haven't decided if I'm going to do a video on Monday yet. Or on Rockingham, yeah.
It turns 3 and 4 here. All the fuel runs to the left-hand side, and that's why we see someone like the 16 run out on the restart. It's not that you're out of fuel. It's the pickup, the part that picks the fuel up in the tank.
Yeah, so who else is going to run out of fuel on these
I
restarts?
like it there on the apron. The 41's on the apron. You know, a couple years ago, I actually ran out at the front of the field at Talladega with about 3 gallons still in the fuel cell because it just didn't stay up in the pickup. So, as Danny alluded to, they should be good on fuel, but it's all about keeping it in that pickup in a little box.
One to go, maybe?
Right of the fuel cell.
Probably.
And if you don't,
Could
if you
be.
let air
Should
get
be.
in there, which you won't
Would
know
be.
as a driver until you hit that throttle. That's
Nope.
happened. You
Nope,
can see
still
the
gonna
engine just
go.
die
So we'll
without running,
have
and it can still go dead, and you have
4 to
enough fuel
go
left
on the
to go
restart at
dead.
the absolute most, and that's if everyone makes it on fuel.
To the good, but he's a nervous wreck.
Jeb Burton has the most stage points today.
Great day
Woo.
for Jeb Burton. Anthony Alfredo, I mean, he's done an awesome job coming off his best.
Someone
run of the
please
year. He's
screenshot
got
the stage points
and
earned
Alfredo's in
today.
the top 15.
It's
Sanchez
Burton,
done for the
Jeb
day,
Burton,
but he won
Anthony
stage
Alfredo,
one.
Nick Sanchez,
And
Matt
those 10 stage
Benedetto,
points
and
will
Dean
help
Thompson.
manage what has been
Just as we all
disappointment
expected.
at the end, Kim.
Yeah, and Jeb Burton trying to point himself into the playoffs, and he made a great run earlier and to get stage points, so a good stage point day for them. And he told me they think they could have been a top 10 car today. A 7th or better would be a big win, he called for the team. Well, currently Jeb in that 7th position, and his family has history here. His dad, Ward Burton, got his first career Xfinity Series win right here in Rockingham. That was back in 1992, just 6 months before Jeb was born. Oh, and then 3 years later, Ward coming back here in the Cup Series, getting his first Cup Series win at the Rock. Jeb at that time about 3 years old. You see him there in victory lane.
Great stories.
All right, here we go. Choosing.
Talk about the history of
Jesse Love picks the top as he has all day.
Jesse Love outside of Sammy Smith.
He's done a great job of just rolling on top and just flying by everyone. But we're going to have 4 to go on this restart. Oh, boy. Sammy Smith right behind Jesse Love. Who knows what he's going to do? You'd think he's going to be clean this time after all the judgment he got. Paul, you make a very good point. He, the pace car has the best tire and fuel strategy. But, oh boy, what's going to happen here?
Look at Josh Williams. Talking about Team Colleague, I mean, Eckes was up there, runs out of fuel. Daniel Dye had the late crash, but Williams got a chance for a top 10 here.
Yeah, well, that massive wreck we've had has given a lot of drivers a big opportunity to have a big day here. We thought there could be some attrition, but not the way it did happen there, that massive wreck. But one thing to keep an eye on as you watch Jesse Love eventually going through the banking here to come to the restart zone. You want to see him do large sweeps to the left as he comes to.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh, and remember, Taylor Gray's right behind Sammy Smith. We talked about this with like 100 to go, but if there was a chaotic situation we wanted to see with all the chaos, if it was going to be a chaotic, ugly race, we wanted to see Taylor Gray versus Sammy Smith for the win. Here we go, though. Oh, man, really good start for Sammy Smith here. Oh, no, Jesse Love. Is he out? Oh, my God. Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray, 1-2. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Taylor Gray, please chase him down. I want to see something funny. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, Sam Mayer's out. Sam Mayer's out of gas. Oh, Zilich, what are you doing? Oh, Zilich, what are you doing? Please don't throw a caution for that. Please don't throw a caution for that. Oh, that is... Okay, well, okay. Other people are... Oh, my God. What are we doing? All right. What are we doing, guys? All right. We're getting stupid up in here.
If you're behind somebody tight and they swerve to get out of the way, it's hard to avoid it. Sun in your eyes getting into turn 1, and it happens at the worst points.
It's going to be Sammy Smith versus Taylor Gray, just as we all.
And suddenly a car is slowing up in
front
of you. You're trying to react to it. A lot of damage from Matt DiBenedetto.
14th caution, going to send us to overtime.
When the fuel wasn't an issue, Adam, guess what? As we go into overtime, it becomes even more of an issue. You got to think some of those guys that maybe got in that first wreck, that you put fuel in, if your car's not tore up, it puts you in a great position the more of these overtimes we go into.
And not only is fuel concerned, guys, but we mentioned Martinsville, the last race we had a lot of cautions. How did that one come down to the end? It was Sammy Smith versus Taylor Gray.
Yeah! Woo! Sammy Smith and Taylor Let's Gray. See what happens here, man. Oh, my God.
What happened to Zilich?
So his man running out. They're going to go 3 wide here with Jeff Burton.
Yeah, I don't know what Zilich was doing there. So here's the thing, guys. When Taylor Gray talked about, you know, are you going to get revenge on Sammy Smith? Taylor Gray, very smart, did not say anything about wrecking Sammy Smith because, you know, if you end up doing it, you're going to easily get punished for the crime. But he also pointed out, he's like, yeah, I just really don't want to take it out on the JRM guys who work so hard on their cars. And, well, now we're going to see if he lives up to that because it's the heat of the moment. It's during the race. You're in the helmet. Like, just curious if that mindset, that approach changes now that we have seen, you know, this is the guy who obliterated you for the win just 3-4 weeks ago. Like, it's pretty recent. It's not like this is late September and it's been 6 months. It's still pretty fresh on your mind. So what does Taylor Gray do here? And I'm just mind blown. We talked about this an hour ago probably, if this race was going to get chaotic and they start wrecking each other, let's see Sammy Smith versus Taylor Gray for the win. And what are we going to get here? Taylor Gray versus Sammy Smith for the win. Also, thank you all for being here. We're having a really good stream once again, and they're showing the replay of Sammy Smith versus Taylor Gray. But thank you all for being here. We've had a great couple of days doing these live streams for Rockingham. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed hearing everyone's input, everyone's opinions on the wrecks. Jamie here says they're both going to wreck each other and Jesse Love's going to get the win. So I really appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate the support. So thanks for being here. We've had a great live stream. We've had a great few hours together. So thank you all. But let's see how this thing ends up going. Overtime, we've had 80 or almost 80. Oh, it looks like we're about to have a red flag here. 79 laps under caution out of 255. Or out of 250, really. But, all right. Our second red flag of the day. Both races at Rockingham have had 2 red flags, just as we all expected. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, boy, boy. Well, what's the next NBA game? While we're under this red flag, let's see what this NBA score is. Whoever's playing, the Knicks and the Pistons. Knicks are up by 6 mid-second quarter. Pacers smacked the Bucks. The Nuggets won in overtime. So Denver, congratulations to you. The late night game is the Lakers Timberwolves, and then tomorrow we got the Thunder. Woo. Thunder up, baby. And they play the Grizzlies. And who else? I guess everyone else theoretically should be playing. Yeah, Magic Celtics, Heat Cavs, Rockets Warriors. So that's exciting. All right. Okay. I know that our question of the stage was originally who's going to win the race. I'm going to end that poll. I'll read back the results once we get to it, but we got a new poll question here. Okay? Our new question of the stage is, I'm still typing. I don't know why I let it up like that. I'm still typing all this out. And it's just going to be a yes/no question. So, here is our new question of the stage for stage number 3. Everyone make your votes. Oh, boy. I cannot wait to see these results. I cannot wait to see what you guys vote. 5 votes in. 75%. Oh, we got 9 votes in. 67% say yes. 33% say no. Woo! Oh, boy. Jamie, honestly, they might be coming over the radio and say, hey, remember that meeting we had a couple weeks ago? Everyone mind your business. Please be respectful. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just got this feeling. I think the red flag may keep everyone calm and cool for a few minutes, but I think if we were just cautioned to the end of this thing, I think we might have seen some chaos. Got a Brad Keselowski commercial going where they chop the car in half and Brad Keselowski has half a steering wheel and... Oh, hold on. Got to get this...
Visor? Shut up, Chris.
Shut up, Chris. Had to get that line in the stream. Prosper, Texas' own Chris Buescher. I think Jesse Love would prefer to be in the lead, far and away from everyone. But maybe. 77% of you say yes to the new question of the stage, which is, will Taylor Gray and Sammy Smith wreck each other? Oh, boy. I really think they are. I don't think anything's, calmed down since then. We're about to see. We're still under red. It's our second red flag of the day. What do I think? I think that Taylor Gray is going to do something. I don't think he's going to obliterate him like Sammy Smith did to Gray, but I think we see a bump and run. Like, if there's any opening for a bump and run, I think Taylor Gray takes advantage, and I think he moves him out of the way. The question after that would be, if Sammy Smith gets back to him, does it turn into Martinsville again, and does Sammy Smith obliterate him again, or does Sammy Smith take the advice from literally everyone and just settle for second? What does Sammy Smith do? I don't know what he does here, but I just really want to see these top two get settled. Jesse Love, I know you've had a great day, the best car, but I want to see Sammy Smith versus Taylor Gray. I want to see what they end up doing for each other. But Burton for the win, says James. Poole sneaks in a win, ? From Corey. Dude, I mean, look, it's literally playing out just like Martinsville. These two wreck each other. Austin Hill sneaks from 6th or 7th to win. Brendan Poole top 5. Next best thing would be, do Kasey Kahne 14th? You never know. Where's Chris Wright? Chris Wright got a top 10 in that Martinsville race. Chris Wright is 3 laps down, so maybe not. Maybe not this time, but we're going to see a wacky top 10 here. Regardless of what happens, if Sammy Smith and Taylor Gray race each other clean here, regardless of what happens, we're going to see a wacky top 10 because it's Retzloff in 4th, Burton in 5th, Poole in 7th, Josh Williams in 8th, Burton, the other Burton in 9th, Jeremy Clements 10th, and then right outside there, we got Anthony Alfredo, Daniel Dye. Stage 2 winner, Dean Thompson. Kasey Kahne, top 10. Please. A Kasey Kahne top 10 would be so cool. So cool. And then we got some of the more normal people. But I'm telling you, man, I just got this feeling. I think it's about to get a little freaky, a little crazy up in here. I think Taylor Gray's going to do something, but it's going to require them to run away from Jesse Love. So, we shall see. We shall see. Ooh, boy. All right, don't forget, everyone, don't forget to go vote in the new question of the stage, which is, will Taylor Gray and Sammy Smith wreck each other? 17 votes are in. 76% say yes, 24% say no. Good to see that the YouTube math has changed. Oh, the broadcast is back. Yeah, Jamie, I'm like 30 seconds behind. The broadcast just turned back on for me, so I'm behind. Honestly, I'm going to hide the chat on my computer, so if something happens, I can't see the chat blowing up.
I can tell you this too, Mark Martin.
So
because he was one of those guys who went to a fast
I love you all.
Mark
I'm
was
very
always
appreciative
quick.
that you're here and supporting.
Repace.
But yeah,
Was
I don't want to see the chat blowing up. I got it on my phone over here, but it's out of my line of sight, so whenever something moves, I can't see it.
Yeah, really good. The
So.
red flag was 5 minutes, 38 seconds. Gave all these
All right,
drivers
let's see.
a little time to think
Is
about
anyone
the
going to pit?
restart that's coming.
Do you dare pit and just assume that everyone else is going to run
You
out?
see these three here, they're on the flat.
Good decision.
Everything we've talked about, right? Trying to keep the fuel in the right side
Just
of the
saying.
fuel cell. The 4 there, Parker Retzloff, not worried at all.
No.
Plenty of fuel in that car.
He proudly is rolling it through the banking.
Harrison Burton as well, plenty of fuel for him.
Yeah, and for those guys, they don't mind if we go into 2 or 3.
Oh no, they want it.
Man, Harrison Burton stealing the win. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, they're totally okay with with chaos breaking out right here. I'm a little gutted for Jesse Love. I felt like he kind of had control of the race. That last restart lost a couple of positions, but he's not out of this, right? I mean, if any of these guys stumble in front, I mean, they're all in a similar fuel position. He's still in a great position.
And you can take some lessons from what happened there earlier and try to keep more fuel on the right side. Just
I
be
mean,
more
Micah,
conscious
he
of
said that
as
he
they go
didn't want to
towards the
destroy
restart
race cars, but
And just want to talk Taylor Gray.
the
real
car
quick
is
again,
red.
54
I think
car
he's going to
running
see red and
For
just
5
give him a little
straight
boop.
weeks, they have
Boop
finished
him out of the
worse
way.
than 19th, so certainly not indicative of what you'd expect from a Joe Gibbs racing car or Taylor Gray, frankly, who showed a lot
I'm going to have
of
to go
promise
back
at
and
the start
rewatch
of
this
Just
stream
talking
and
with
find
Jason
out when
Ratcliffe
I brought
earlier
up
this
the
week, and he's
idea
like, "Look, frankly, our
of the race
execution
getting
of the
so
entire
chaotic
race
that they end
has
up
not
fighting
been
each
good.
other
We've
for the
been
win."
fast, but we just can't put a whole race together. So there's still some question marks, some things up in the air, but a lot of that is things out of their control. They put a good race together today, and certainly would like to see them get a good result as a reward for executing all day long today.
Surely we got to be close to 1 to go here.
Yeah, and as Dylan mentioned there,
I feel like NASCAR's got to pick up the pace on cautions when they know they got guys low on fuel.
You'd way rather, perform well and
I mean,
have
don't
things
mess up
go
or anything,
wrong
but
and not get that result.
surely we got to
and
be
just
getting 1 to go
perform
here.
Poorly, and the 54 car
Looks
I think
like we are.
has done a tremendous job this year.
1 to go.
Where does Parker Retzloff go here?
Oh,
making a
boy.
decision, ends up on the bottom this time. Interesting choice by
All
him.
right, let's
I
see.
like that choice by Retzloff to the top. To basically take
I'm
position,
telling
but
you,
these
if
cars
Taylor
come
Gray-
over, you have that Yeah, you have it out to the outside.
If Taylor
It's
Gray
tricky,
is
but it could give you that
behind
possibility
Sammy
of
Smith
not having to run the back solid.
And he's going to have to really pay attention to that.
into
Because if
turn
there's a
3,
stumble, especially like as
I
Parker
think he
mentioned, it
does
happens
something.
kind of immediately.
I don't
It's
think
over
he
when you see that
obliterates him,
happen.
but I think he
I would almost
gives
wanna
him
give
a little bit of a
myself
bump and
extra
run.
car length right here. Try to time out that run, so if they do stumble,
But if
I
the
get to
opportunity
outside.
doesn't come,
Got
I
some
don't
interesting
think he'll
names in the top
obliterate
10,
him.
But look just outside the top 10. I mean, Jeb Burton's ninth, Jeremy Clements is 10th. Daniel Dye's up there. Anthony Alfredo trying for another
All
top
right.
15, maybe better. Daniel
Here we
Dye
go.
Still up there.
I mean, Dean Thompson, Kasey Kahne in the top 15, just crazy.
Yeah, trouble has not.
Casey Kahne, you can't even see his
right? I mean,
door
we've
number.
mentioned
His
Kasey
car
Kahne
is that
lost his
messed
right
up.
front fender, got caught up
All
in
right,
the
they're in
issue.
turn
Daniel
4,
Dye, who
finally.
Adam mentioned, is still in 12th, so a lot of chaos today. See Jesse Love still all the way down there on the apron trying
Has
to
to be.
get that box load. I like that, taking just a little extra precaution.
And Taylor Gray's in a tough spot being at the high side of this
Can't do anything
banking.
about
He
it.
can't do anything about it. He's just got to keep swerving like that. This is such a tough position to be in. I'm pretty nervous right now.
All right.
I am
Here we go. Restart time, baby.
Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray. It's
I
overtime
think he's
at
going to do
Rockingham,
something.
sponsored by
Oh, God, the
Travel
race is
Bank.
over.
Retzloff gave Taylor Gray a pretty big shot.
All right.
there.
Smith's clear. Oh, Jesse Love's going to take second. Oh, Jesse Love took the lead. Oh, Taylor Gray's out of fuel. We're not even going to get that situation.
Love drives through, takes the top spot.
Oh, man. That was going to be so fun. Harrison Burton is in third.
A ton of speedy drive there down
What?
the backstretch, but what a move.
Retzloff versus Harrison Burton for
Used it up
third.
a little bit, but got to the bottom.
Oh, Taylor Gray's not out of gas, but man, I thought we were going to get some chaos there. Race is official. Is Love going to make it?
Jesse Love
Well,
down the back straightaway. He was
Retzloff,
the
please take second.
The Xfinity Series came and raced at Rockingham. He's been good all day long. Played the patience game at the front, at the end. Jesse Love, second
Wow.
win of the year.
I mean, he was the best car all day. You got to give it to him. All the
Well,
ca-
it felt like the two
Hello.
had the best
Hi,
car. I
what are
mentioned
you
right
doing?
Before he went green, I was kind of gutted for him because he had control of this race. Had
Brennan
lost it.
Poole got another
Got a little
top
aggressive on
5.
that restart, but I think that was
What?
smart, right? Got into the back and Sammy Smith
Oh,
moved
my
him up
goodness.
off the bottom, took a little bit of
Let's look at
finesse
the
to that.
let's look at these results. So Jesse Love, best car all day. Look at that. Had the fastest lap. He led 53 laps. Truly the best car. Very deserved win. Sammy Smith second. Good solid day for him. Parker Retzloff third. Really genuine raw speed from them all day because he was up in the top 5 for a good chunk of this thing. And then also he qualified second. What a day for them. Harrison Burton with the top 5. What a day for them. But look at this. We said it was going to be a wacky top 10, regardless of what happened on that restart. And look at this. Retzloff third. Harrison Burton fourth. Brennan Poole with his second top 5 in just a few weeks. Josh William 8th. Jeb Burton 9th. Daniel Dye 10th. What in the world? Dean Thompson won a stage today. Nick Sanchez won a stage today. What happened to Kasey Kahne? No. Where's Kasey Kahne? Did I just straight up miss Kasey Kahne? Where's the 33? Oh, 15th. Top 15 for Kasey Kahne. After how this day started, multiple incidents for him in his return to NASCAR. Top 15. Got to take it. I'm curious to hear what his post-race thoughts are. That will be interesting. Jesse Love is climbing out of the roof. So, that's neat. He's going to slide down the windshield like an action movie star. Are they going to do a front stretch interview? Because yesterday... Uh-oh, his car's rolling away. Oh, no. His car rolled away.
Wow, all right. Well, I avoided it.
His pit crew member, after it slid through the grass, he just said it's safe.
And a spectacular finish adds his name to the Rock. Man, your crew chief, Denny Stockman, told Dylan under one of those late red flags how good the car was, but how good you were. How much of this was car and how much of this was driver?
Oh my gosh, these fans are amazing. It's one incredible racetrack. This is right up my alley. You probably can't even hear me right now, but man, this racetrack's right up my alley. It's hammer down, and you got to be in the gas good today. So I had such an incredible car. It was as fast as Xfinity Mobile. I'm so proud of Wheelan.
Of course, it's as fast as Xfinity Mobile.
My whole crew, my pit crew,
76% of people said yes. You were wrong.
Where our pit stall was located, who was coming around us. My pit crew stayed calm, cool, collected, and put us in position. So my car chief, Bug, is racing at Bowman Gray tonight. So we're going to haul ass over there and see if we can get another win.
Another thing your crew chief talked about and wanted to see from you was more aggressive restarts. You had great restarts all race long, specifically that final restart. Walk me through what you were thinking in your approach.
I mean, I don't know if I him or if he stumbled, but you know, Sammy, I know people are going to think that it's because of Martinsville, but Sammy's never done nothing wrong to me. And I had to get it done. I mean, I couldn't really lose that one. So we just had too good of a piece. My girlfriend's sister passed away about a year ago yesterday, and you know, it's really sunny out today, and she died of skin cancer in less than 2 weeks when she found out. So go get skin checked today or tomorrow or next week, and it's something you want to get ahead of. So this one's for Jessica, and I'm glad that we can get one victory lane.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A little emotion from Jesse Love again as he adds his name to the history books at Rockingham Speedway.
What a finish. We go to overtime. Jesse Love gets it done.
All right, Jesse Love, race winner. Second win of the season, I believe, right? Yeah, I think that was number 2. So, great day for him. As we said, he just dominated this race. Just the lap sled doesn't really show it, but I think there was 256 laps in this race. He only led 53, but he had the best average running position all day. He was like a 4th place average running position. Next best was probably 8th if I had to guess. So, yeah, congratulations to him. And we already kind of did a rundown of the order, just a wacky top 10. Another top 5 for Brennan Poole. Parker Retzloff with a great day. Harrison Burton up there. Josh Williams with a solid finish along with Daniel Dye and Jeb Burton. But yeah. Wow, what a stream, guys. What a weekend, honestly. I super much appreciate everyone's support. We had a great couple days of streaming. I don't do a lot of streams outside of Mondays, so I thought we'd do something fun this weekend for the return of Rockingham. So had a great time watching the races with you all. Thank you, everyone who showed up. Thank you, everyone who left a like, or if you're a new subscriber. So thank you all for the support. I truly cannot express how much it means to me. Jamie, Denver, you guys are long time. Micah, you guys are all. David, all long-time followers, so I appreciate you all. Shane, Corey, Oka Bexy, I pronounced that wrong. I'm so sorry, but thank you for being here. Robert, James, I'm going to miss some names here, but John, Rick, Taj. So thank you all, everyone who was here, everyone for showing up to support. I appreciate it all. So tomorrow's Easter. Have a good Easter. F1 race tomorrow. I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything. I got some family things I got to do. So we'll see. We will see. But next week, the Xfinity Series, Cup Series, and Truck Series. Or no, I don't think the Truck Series is. I take that back. The Cup Series and the Xfinity Series are at Talladega, but we'll do our normal post-race Cup Series recap for that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and